What's up, everyone? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Oh, you have no idea how many things I have to click on. There's just so many things I have to click on. It is wild. We're trying to get there, y'all. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. This is my second live of the day. So if you didn't catch the first one, congratulations. You're in luck. You get to catch the second one. That's pretty cool. And that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Oh, now you guys can't hear me? Oh, goodness. YouTube, can you all hear me? Yeah, okay. YouTube can hear me. TikTok can't hear me. What is going on here? Check. Unrecord. All right, as long as y'all can hear me. We'll figure this stuff out. I'll figure this out as I go. I'll figure the other stuff out as I go. Yo, welcome on in. Like I said, this is my second live for today. So we're going to see what we got going on. Audio mixer. There we go. Do. Check. All right. Now you guys should be able to hear me over there. Guys, I can see all of you guys tell me that there's no sound. We're good. I'm working on it. All right. All right. Cool. There we go. See, that didn't take me too long to fix. It didn't take me too long. It didn't take me too long to fix it all. Whoa. Woo, and now we have light. Yeah, it's all screwed up. It's all good. We're all here now. Did I switch up the layout? Everything's switched out. All sorts of stuff switched out. I assume everyone can hear me now. I'm going to just go ahead and make that assumption. I'm going to make the assumption that everyone can hear me no matter where I'm at. All right. Well, I will say, I don't know how we're going to have more fun than we had earlier today. I don't even know how that's possible. How long will the stream be? Well, that really depends on how good the conversation's going. If the conversation's going really well, we'll keep this thing going until I get tired. I can't see myself being on less than 2 hours. That's how long I did earlier. I did 2 hours earlier. So 2 hours easy, up to 3 We'll see how things are going. So around there. What's up, Chris? How you doing, brother? We're back up. We're on all. We'll see if my computer can even handle everything that's going on right now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There is so much going on. I feel like I need 7 more monitors. I feel like I need 7. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. I feel like I need 7 more monitors for what's going on right now, and probably a new computer. 7 more monitors and a new computer. All right, y'all. Let's move this over here so I can kind of see it. And cool. Welcome in. Again, this is live number 2 for the day, depending on which platform you're on. One specific one that likes to not have me here. Missed the earlier one. Veronica, the vertical view is up also. You can go to that. They're both the vertical view and the horizontal view are up on my YouTube. So you can switch between them. They're both up on my page right now, actually. So yeah. And that's what I like to tell you guys too. If you guys are on there, you can go back and forth. You can choose which one you want depending on what kind of device you're on or what you just prefer. It doesn't matter to me either way. But we're about to get into some conversations. We're going to get into some debates. We're going to get into some banter very, very soon. So if you support Trump, there's a few different ways you can get a hold of me. Well, not really a few. There's 2. One of them is by clicking that multi-guest request button on TikTok. On YouTube, you can call that number above my head, and that's how you can get a hold of me, and we can have conversations. Oh, it feels good to be back. Feels good to be back. Y'all, we are having the giveaway tomorrow. That is for paid subs and members. Specifically on one side, on the TikTok side, we're gonna get that thing up over 200 to make sure we get there. And it will be my first one for YouTube members, which I think is really cool. So we're gonna have all of that tomorrow. So if you'd like to become a paid member, a paid subscriber, help support teams, help support the lives like these, I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. There's also live gift goals. There are super chats. There are, again, members and subs. There are all of the things. All of the things. Anything that your heart desires. I really appreciate it. Ooh. So we're about to get into this thing. Yeah, and one bar, Lord, one bar. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I have both of them. It's just so people can have a choice. I know if you're like watching it on your TV or something, like your iPad, the horizontal view might be a little bit better. If you're on your phone, the vertical view might be a little bit better. That's what I would assume. So it really just depends on how you're watching it and what your preference is. I sat around and watched a live for probably got an hour and a half, 2 hours last night. And which was really fun. And I watched it on all different platforms, and I watched it in all different aspect ratios. I'm always trying to improve for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to improve for y'all. So that's the best way that I can do that. Alrighty then. Let's see. It looks like we have a quick TikTok guest. So before we open up the phone lines, we'll see if we can take a quick TikTok guest, and then we'll move forward from there. If they're there. We'll see if they're there. Trump looks tired. I bet you he is tired. Lying is a lot of work. Lying is also the most fun a girl can have without taking her clothes off. I don't know if I can say that last part. You guys should know what I'm talking about. You guys should know what I'm talking about. But lying is the most fun a girl can have. All right. Looks like this one's having a hard time connecting. We got this other person here. Well, Grouse, why would we need nuclear weapons when Donald Trump has to fix his jet? That doesn't even make sense. Why would we want to, shore up our nuclear program when Donald Trump has a Qatari jet to fix up? Doesn't even make any sense. I don't know why you would even think that. Hello, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 39.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
Well, this is all just my personal opinion. I support President Trump because I have several resentments for the political ultra left, such as C-19, the border, the left's obsession with this glamorization of homosexuality and transgender persons.
Gotcha. So you don't actually support Trump?
I support Trump.
No. So then I don't want to hear why you support Trump currently with the things that he's doing because of something that somebody else did. I'm asking you why you support Trump now. If you don't like the Democrats or don't like the left, that's totally fine. I'm not a huge fan of the Democrats myself. I'm asking why you support Trump.
President Trump has essentially sealed the border.
Yeah. So?
Well, that's one reason I support him.
Why is that a good thing?
He's also pushing back against a lot of this woke DEI nonsense.
What, pushing back against a lot of this woke DEI nonsense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, why is sealing the border good?
Because the political left and the Democrats from the last couple years allowed millions of people into this country with no due process. It's a national security issue.
Well, sir, I'm not arguing why we need good border. Sir, I'm not arguing that we need good border protection. That's not what I asked you.
Why did the Democrats do that the last?
Sir, I'm not here to talk about the Democrats. I don't care about the Democrats. I'm asking you about Donald Trump. You said that you support him because he sealed off the border. I didn't say that it was a bad thing to have good border good border protection. Hell, I mean, if you actually look at the bills that were trying to be passed under the Biden administration, there was plenty of border protection bills that were going on in there that I highly supported. Oh my gosh, why does my hat look so crooked? That's better. All right. Yeah, I don't have any problem with that. You said the border is sealed off like we're in North Korea. Why is that a good thing?
Well, there was millions of people let into this country with virtually no due process because the Democrats allowed it. They wanted that to happen.
Sir, do you have the ability to talk about the president that you support without talking about Democrats?
Well, we have a choice, right? And the choice was either.
No, I'm asking you a serious question, sir. I've tried like 3 times. I've sent this conversation back to Trump from when you are trying to take it to the Democrats, okay? Because you didn't have to vote for Trump because you didn't like the Democrats whatsoever. Like you could have not voted. You could have voted for a third party candidate. There are a ton of things that you could have done instead of voting for Donald Trump. So I'm not asking you, sir, why you hate the Democrats. I'm asking you why you support Trump. Because the Democrats are not in power. The election's been over since November. Okay? Yeah, exactly. The Democrats are not in power. They don't.
They them are crazy.
Sir, the Democrats do not own either part of Congress. They do not own the judiciary. They do not own the executive. I am asking why you currently support Trump, not why you think Democrats are bad. Okay? If I wanted to know why you thought Democrats were bad, the little sign that's above my head would say, "Why do you think Democrats are bad?" That's not what it says. It says, "Why do you support Trump?" So I don't know why, sir, that you are so incessant on just bringing up Democrats every time I ask you why you support Trump.
There were 2 choices. Either President.
No, there wasn't. There was multiple choices.
Oh, what? Other than one of the 2 would have won? Is that your claim?
I didn't say that. You said there was no other choices, and of course there was choices.
Either President Trump or Kamala would have won.
Right, but that doesn't mean that you didn't have multiple choices. You had a bunch of choices. Who the president was going to be was either Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. But
Yes.
you had all the choice in the world. You did not have to support Donald Trump. You could have supported a third party candidate. You could have not voted. There are a ton of things that you could have done. You chose Donald Trump. And when I asked you if you support Donald Trump, you said,
Yes.
I do support Donald Trump, sir. So why do you currently, the president who has been a president for what, 8 months now? What is it? Something like that, right? Why are you currently supporting the things that he is doing right now?
I told you. You want me to go through it again?
You haven't gone through anything, sir, but told me why you didn't vote for Democrats last year. I don't care about that. I care why you support him right now.
Essentially sealed the border.
And why is that a good thing?
Getting into the country are down by approximately 95%.
And why is that a good thing?
Because it was a national security issue. I told you that.
It's a national. How is it a national security issue?
Yes. Well, do you hear this talk about when the Democrats allowed millions of
There he
people
goes
in here with
again.
no knowledge of who they are? Do you
There he
think that
goes
maybe
again.
that there were hostile people who were trying to get in here, and the Democrats allowed it?
Sure, there was hostile people in here. There was hostile people in before Joe Biden got into office. There was hostile people that came in under. Sir, please don't cut me off. Thank you. There are hostile people that came in under the Trump administration and under the Obama administration and under the Bush administration. And actually, the DHS released a report during that showed that there was, a certain number of like unknown terrorists that were in the United States that had come over the last 30 years. Yeah, so there was hostile people that had been in for like a long time.
How about Aurora, Colorado? Criminal gangs taking over apartment complexes.
Well, that was debunked, so that's not true.
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, the Colorado thing isn't true.
I lived in Colorado.
I don't care if you lived in the apartment complex you're claiming. It was debunked multiple times.
Bullshit.
All right. Well, I can put it on the screen for you. It's not a problem.
So your claim is that criminal gangs from Venezuela were not taking over apartment complexes
Correct.
in Colorado? Claim?
It's not my claim. It's the mayor and the chief of police.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Bullshit.
Okay.
How about C-19?
No, sir. We're still going to sit. We're going to sit right where we're at. And there we go. Easy stuff.
I don't think you're being intellectually honest here.
No, but I'm just being intellectually factual. And I'll put it on the screen for everybody else to see how false claims of a complete gang takeover drew Trump to Aurora. And this is, that's Aurora is the place that you were talking about that had the gang activity and where they took over an apartment complex. And no, that didn't actually happen.
So your claim is that
it's insane.
The Democrats allowed millions of people into this country.
I'm sorry, what?
With no due process. Why did the Democrats
Sir, what is your obsession with the Democrats? Are you okay? Are you crashing out, sir?
No.
Okay, sir. I don't know how many times I have to tell you about the Democrats. I don't know how many times I have to tell you about my feelings about the Democrats before you can understand what I'm saying. Like I'm getting really tired of explaining it to you, to be completely honest with you.
Go ahead.
No, I don't want to explain it to you anymore. I've already explained it 3 times.
You're fucking lying and you know it. How about C-19? Why were they imposing totalitarian?
Sir, what does that have to do with what we're talking about right now, sir? Sir, we are literally currently talking about freaking immigration.
I despise the Democrats.
No, actually, sir, I specifically did not ask you about why you despise the Democrats. Actually, I have made it overwhelmingly and abundantly clear that I do not give a shit whether you despise the Democrats.
Why were the Democrats imposing totalitarian lockdowns in the summer of 2020?
Sir, we are talking about immigration. Can you please try to stay on topic here?
I'm telling you why I support Trump.
No, sir, we were talking about how there was all of this national security threat that was going on, and you made the claim that in Aurora, Colorado, they were taking over apartment complexes. Okay. Now, first of all, that was debunked. Second of all, gang activity in a certain apartment complex wouldn't be a national security threat. It would be a local security threat. That's for sure. But it wouldn't be a national security threat to have a gang.
Iranian sleeper cells are a national security threat.
They are. And again, sir, we do know that those sleeper cells have come in under Biden. They've come in under Trump. They came in under Obama, and they came in under Bush. That we had sleeper cells and known terrorists across the country throughout the time, according to the DHS report.
so many more illegal immigrants came in under the Democrats under Biden, or do you deny that?
Yeah, there was about 1.7 million under the Biden administration, about
It's
800
approximately
and
50 million.
no, between about 1.7
No,
million and about 800 to 900,000 under the Trump administration. So I guess yeah, you could consider that a significant increase.
no, it was approximately 15 million.
No, sir, it was not.
And asylum laws were loosened.
Asylum laws were not loosened. Asylum laws were followed. Now, our asylum laws are probably too loose. I can agree with that. But that's not that they were loosened. That's just that our asylum law was loose from the get go. It was loose before Biden came into office. It's the same asylum law that we've had in this country for 50 years.
When J.D. Vance was debating that fucking jackass Tim Walz and said that how the asylum laws were loosened, do you think that's wrong?
How were they
Do
loosened,
you
sir?
think Vance was lying?
How were they loosened?
They just fucking told them to come in here and just say they're claiming asylum.
Who told them?
Democrats.
And how did they do that?
The app, the app was made available and ready for them to do this.
No, the app
Why-
did not explain for them how to do
why
that.
would you
What
lie
do you
about
even know
this?
what the app did?
The Democrats allowed millions of people.
Sir, do you
into this
even know what
country.
the app did? Is what the question I asked you.
I just fucking told you.
No, you didn't.
They said come in here and say and claim asylum, and they gave them fucking all kinds of free money and free housing. What the fuck are
No,
you
sir.
talking?
The app did not give them free money
Oh, they
or
did.
free housing.
Oh,
What
in
the app actually did, okay,
Colorado,
sir,
Colorado,
sir,
and
I'm
Chicago.
gonna go ahead and educate you now on what the app did, okay? So the CBP One app, which again was invented by Donald Trump, let's be very clear there, and was implemented under the Trump administration, was used to help relieve Border Patrol at the border, right? Because they would have to process asylum claims at the border. And they were getting overwhelmed because there was a lot more asylum claims under the after Title 42 ended. And so they allowed the app so that people could get their background checked, so that they could give all their evidence that they needed to be able to claim asylum, submit all of their paperwork, so that all the things that would need to happen normally at the border could happen prior under the app. And then they were allowed to then they could get an appointment at the border. So when they showed up at the border, it didn't bog down Border Patrol.
Why did the Democrats allow so many people into
Are
this
you going to
country?
respond to what I said?
I am responding to what you said.
No, I was talking about
Yeah.
the app and what the app did, and you went to why did Democrats? We're not talking about Democrats. We're talking about an app.
The Democrats allowed millions of people into this country.
Yes, sir. Undocumented immigrants, and they
Yeah.
didn't allow the undocumented immigrants. The
Illegal-
immigrants came
illegal
in,
immigrants.
but asylum seekers they allowed in because that's the law.
And places like Colorado and Chicago and New York, they were put up in hotels and given all kinds of free money.
Well, first of all, they were not given a whole bunch of free money. Yes, they were put up in certain
And
hotels, and that was because people like
Democrats
Greg.
wanted it.
Sir, the reason why they ended up in places like Chicago and New York is because people like Greg Abbott put them on buses and sent them there in the middle of winter. And so when the options, after again Republicans
Biden
like Greg Abbott
let
sent them
them
to places like, again, sir, they were legally here.
They should not have let them.
All right, sir. Well, I'm in the
Why
middle of
did
a
they let
sentence here, so you can be quiet now, okay? Awesome,
Fuck off.
perfect. So when they were sent to places like New York and Chicago in the middle of winter, and since they had no place else to put them because Texas didn't give them warning that they were sending them, and Greg Abbott just wanted to play politics with people's lives, right? And since he did not, they didn't have any other place to put them. Yes, they did have to use places like condemned hotels and other things in order to make sure that these people didn't die in the middle of Chicago and New York winters. And while that might not be the prime place to hold asylum seekers and migrants in the United States, I do think it's a lot better than letting them freeze to death, don't you?
I don't think they should have been allowed in the first place.
Sir, regardless of whether they were allowed in the first place, I asked you whether they should have been sent to a place like New York in the middle of winter with no other place to house them, and B, what should New York have done? Either put them up in hotels or whether they should let them freeze to death. That was the question.
If they stayed in Mexico, they should not have been allowed into the country in the first
Well,
place.
sir, if you have a problem with our asylum law, I agree our asylum law is a little bit too loose. And I think that, and even the Biden administration said that the asylum law was too loose. That's why they tried to correct it in 2023.
Why did they let them in? Why did the Democrats let them in here?
Because
Can
that's
you
the
just answer that
law.
for me? It's the law to let people in here illegally.
No, asylum seeking is not illegal. That is literally why I said the law. The whole point of me saying the law is that there's asylum law
Do
in
you
this
think
country.
maybe the Democrats just allowed it because they wanted it to happen?
Sir, sir, I don't know what
Maybe
you're
to-
truly, sir. I really
power?
think that I really think that maybe you should like really consider why you're so angry at the Democrats. It's kind of strange. Okay. I am
told you,
talking to you about
United-
people's lives. People were in this country,
United-
and these people were sent to places like New York, okay, in the middle of winter with no funding and no housing whatsoever. And you said they were put up in hotels. And yes, I'm saying they were put up in hotels, okay, but what was the other option for them to freeze to death?
The border czar Kamala and the Biden administration let them in here. They wanted them in here.
Yeah, Kamala Harris was never the border czar. Okay, that doesn't
no?
even make any sense, right? No, she
Really?
was not.
Oh, she was never referred to as the border czar?
By Biden, no.
By Axios, by mainstream media, that never
By
happened?
mainstream media says all sorts of stuff, but the claim is that Biden made her the border czar, which he never did.
So who was in charge of the border?
That would be Secretary Mayorkas.
Oh yeah, well he's a fucking idiot too.
Well, I mean, you can say that he's an idiot. I'd have, I'm not gonna say whether he was or was not an idiot. But regardless of whether he was or was not an idiot, he was in charge of the border.
I'm a bottom line type of person, and the Democrats allowed approximately 15 million people into this country with no due process.
Again, sir, that is not the case. The estimated amount of undocumented migrants that came into the country under the Biden administration is 1.7 million. Now, if you want to talk about things like asylum seeking, then of course, I think there was something like 2.6 million or something asylum seekers, but those people that were allowed in under temporary protected status under 8 U.S. Code 1158, they were vetted and they had due process. We had other people under refugee status. We had other people that came from, different countries for under work visas and all other sorts of things. And yeah, there was plenty of people that came in under the administration legally, you know what I'm saying? That definitely happened, but about 1.7 million projected under the Trump Biden administration illegally. Okay, now again, is that a bad thing? Yeah, I would say that we probably need better border protection in order to try to lower that number. I can agree with that. But to make this ridiculous claim about 15 million, it's just simply not true. The number of 15 million I've heard at some points, about encounters, like border encounters, border apprehensions, but those aren't people that were allowed into the country. Those are just people that were stopped by Border Patrol.
I keep asking, why did the Democrats allow it?
Sir, the Democrats had a bill on the table to fix immigration policy 1 week after Biden took office.
A month before the election?
1 week after 1 week after Biden took office. 1 week after there was immigration policy on the table, it was shot down by Republicans.
The Democrats let all these people in here because that's what they wanted to do.
Sir, again, there was immigration. You're saying, why didn't they fix it? And I am telling you, sir, that the reason why they didn't fix it is because, and I mean, if you want to go personally off of my opinion, which I don't know for sure, but for my opinion, it looked like to me that Biden was trying to have long-term fix to immigration policy and not just trying to, do an executive order to temporarily fix the border, which is what Trump had done in his first term, was to do an executive order that was, short-lived, right? Because executive orders aren't long-standing. They don't add things like money for border protection. They don't add things like, money for ICE. They don't add that type of funding. And Joe Biden wanted that type of funding. Yeah, he probably could have. Well, I mean, not probably could have. He definitely could have done an executive order that just shut down the border completely. I mean, he ended up doing that in later on in the time. But sir, again, those are short-lived answers to long-term problems. And I believe that Biden wanted a long-term problem. Now, do I think he probably should have done some type of executive action earlier? Yeah, I probably would agree with that. But there's a big difference between
Why didn't he do an executive order sealing the border like Trump did?
executive order suing the border.
Sealing, shutting it down.
Sir, I just explained that to you. Do you need me to explain it again? I literally just told you. I'll explain it. I'll explain it again. Maybe I'll work on this again. So what the border really, sir, see, this was your problem last time. You didn't listen, and then I have now. This is why I have to repeat myself. So I'd prefer that you you let me speak this time. Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I said is that Biden believed that we needed more money at the border. We needed more border patrol agents. We needed more judges. We needed more technology at the border. We needed more people to be able to actually man the border so that we could actually have a stronger border. And you can't do that through executive actions. Okay. Now, I agree.
Insane.
Like I said, sir, okay, that there probably should have been some type of executive action by Biden earlier than he did it. But I believe that he didn't do it as early as he did because he, wanted to get the border bill passed to actually change immigration, and he thought that he could get that done without the executive action. Do I 100% agree with the way that he did it? No, I don't. But I do think that he was well-intentioned towards it. But I can disagree with things that Biden does all the time. That's not a problem.
The guy we're living in alternate realities here, man. I'm a bottom line type of person. The Democrats allowed millions of people into this country.
Sir. Being just by saying I'm a bottom line type of person does not make the numbers that you're saying correct. Okay? No matter how many times you say them, they're still wrong. Okay? It is not. If you can be bottom line, but if we're going to be bottom line, let's start with being factual. Okay. Let's start with being factual, and these numbers that you keep throwing out there are just not true.
Okay, we just disagree.
That's not a disagreement, sir. There is data and there is not data. There are correct numbers and there are wrong numbers. Your numbers are wrong. My numbers are right, and I am trying to start with you on a spot of contention. I have not only agreed that Democrats, under Biden's, presidency, that more immigrants were let in. I also agree that there was more undocumented immigrants let in. I also agreed that was a bad thing. And I also agreed that I think Biden should have done something more about it. But instead of actually listening to the fact that I'm actually having this conversation with you and trying to talk to you from a place where I agree that there is a problem at the border, you just refuse, sir, you actually just refuse to actually engage in this conversation with me, because it's a lot easier for you to just yell, 15 million. It's easier for you to do that than actually to engage in this conversation with me.
We just can't agree on the facts. I can change the topic, or we can just end the call.
No, sir, it's not an agreeing on the facts. There are the facts, and then there's what you're saying.
Why don't we talk about the facts of C-19?
The facts of C-19? I'd prefer not to.
Oh, why not?
Because it's a great way to freaking get demonetized on these platforms, because I'm sure you're going to spread a whole bunch of conspiracy theory bullshit that's going to freaking not be the best for my life.
Okay. You want to talk about Russia? You want to talk about...
Sure, we can talk about Russia if you like. That's no problem.
FU agenda. I'll talk to you about either of those if you don't want to talk about C-19.
We can talk about Russia. What about Russia?
Okay. I don't think that the Russia-Ukraine conflict is all the fault of Russia. Or do you disagree with that?
Yeah, I wholeheartedly disagree with that.
You think it's all Russia's fault?
Yes, because only one country invaded another country, and in order for that to do that, if one country invades another country, it's that country's fault, unless there is some type of, possibility that, another country held, like a gun to Russia's head and said, you have to invade, Ukraine, which I don't think happened. I'm pretty sure they made that choice on their own. Sir, provoked doesn't change anything. Okay, you can still be provoked and it's still your fault. Have you ever heard of something like aggravated assault or anything like that? Even if you're aggravated, there's you feel that you have to do it for another reason. It's still your fault. You still did it.
Okay, I'll give you the argument of why I don't think it's all Russia's fault if you allow me to speak.
Go ahead.
Okay. Around 1990, the US gave the Soviets a guarantee that NATO would not expand 1 inch east.
Wrong.
And this was agreement of the reunification of Germany.
Correct. And that
Hey,
referred to the
yeah,
reunification of Germany, and it was talking about East in Berlin. It was not talking about East as far as the expansion of NATO countries.
in approximately the last, 35 years, approximately 20, 25 countries have joined NATO. George Kennan, do you know who George Kennan is?
Sounds familiar.
He was the architect of the US containment policy during the Cold War. He advised not to expand NATO. All right, but what the U.S. and the West pursued was known as a winner take all policy toward Russia. All right, and I'm just trying to tell you is the U.S. policy toward Russia, and the historian Stephen Cohn talks about this extensively, that the policy toward Russia was very hostile. That the intent was to expand NATO and to weaken Russia and to break Russia up. All right. So that is one of the reasons we're having the issue with Ukraine now. And also,
No,
too,
sir, we're having the issue that we have with Ukraine now because, again, 30, 20, 25 years ago, Putin said he was going to take back Ukraine. Ukraine is one of the most natural resource rich countries in the region. They never wanted to give up Ukraine at the fall of the Soviet Union. It's the closest warm water port for Russia to be able to use for their navy, and they want it, and they wanted it back for a long freaking time, and they were going to try to take it eventually. They just had pushed to take it a little bit faster because Ukraine was actually moving at a much faster rate towards the West, and the Ukraine wanted to be part of Western culture because it's more beneficial for their country. It's more, financially beneficial, and it's better for their constituents within the country. So they started moving more towards Western nations, and Russia realized that if Ukraine wanted to move towards Western nations anymore, that they were going to be in trouble. And so they made up this bullshit lie about the expansion of NATO and not having NATO at their borders, even though there's, I believe, 4 other countries or maybe 5 that are already part of NATO that are on Russia's border. And they had no problem not attacking any of those countries. But specifically when it came to Ukraine, they chose to do that. But regardless of any of that, sir, there was never an agreement by NATO to not expand eastward. There was, again, one freaking conversation that goes back to the previous Bush administration that wasn't even a part of NATO, that wasn't allowed to do it. The reunification of Berlin Treaty specifically was talking about moving into East Berlin and not encroaching on Russian territory in East Berlin, not about the expansion of countries going east. And regardless of all of this, Russia doesn't get to invade whatever country they want just because they fucking feel like it or because they don't like the fact that Ukraine wants to make their decisions on their own. So no, it's still Russia's fault.
do you know who Zbigniew Brzezinski is?
Sir, are we playing Do You Know? Is this like a game of battleship or what's that, like Guess Who? Is that what we're doing? No, I don't know who that is. What's your point?
Let you speak. I didn't interrupt
You
you.
asked me a question.
Okay, and is the answer no? Do you not know who that is?
No, I don't know who that is.
Okay, he was one of President Jimmy Carter's national security advisors. He's Mika Brzezinski's dad. You know Mika and Joe on Morning NBC.
Nope.
That is Mika's dad.
No clue.
Okay, and he wrote a book around 1997 called The Grand Chessboard. All right, and in that book, he specifically said, and this was the U.S. What I'm trying to tell you is this was the U.S. policy toward Russia, and it was hostile. That without the control of Ukraine, Russia would never be a superpower. And the plan of the West and the U.S. was to encircle Russia and to expand NATO and to weaken Russia and ultimately break Russia up. All right. And then in 2014, the U.S. and the West orchestrated a coup in Russia. So I'm just trying to tell you that the U.S. policy toward Russia was extremely hostile, and we provoked Russia. And
Of course, our policy towards Russia is hostile. That doesn't surprise me. If that's all you're trying to pick out is that we don't like Russia, yeah, we fought like the whole Cold War. That's not really surprising. Okay. Russia has been very adamant and very open about the fact that they don't like the United States, and especially Putin. He has been even more, open about the fact that he doesn't like the United States. Okay. But I'm not denying that. And I don't know why, when you literally have your largest near peer threat, okay, one who is vocally, actively and vocally against you in Russia, I have no doubt that American policymaking was, it was in defense or possibly even in an offense towards Russia. I have no doubt of that whatsoever. That doesn't change anything I just said.
How did the U.S. react in 1962 in Cuba?
Very aggressively.
We didn't like it, did we? We didn't
Nope.
we didn't like the Soviets coming over into the West. So can't you see that maybe the
And what did we do?
Like West coming into Russia?
And what did we do?
Border? Do you not understand that?
And what did we do?
We put a fucking blockade up and we nearly had a fucking clear war.
Yeah. And whose fault was that?
It was both the fault.
It was ours. It was ours because we were the ones that freaking sent troops in. When we sent troops in, that makes it our fault at that point. Okay, it's just to be straight up. But again, this isn't a matter of fact of us putting nuclear weapons on the border of Russia. It's not 1962 anymore, and literally Russia just had nuclear submarines off of our border. What, like a few years ago? I remember, like it just happened. Okay, and they just had nuclear subs. There's nukes going all over the place right now. They invaded a sovereign country. Okay, because they want the resources from that country. Okay, if you think that Russia deserves to have that for some reason and you want to be a Russian sympathizer as he's indiscriminately bombing innocent civilians in Kiev, then that's on you. Okay,
I think we provoked them. And look, like,
we did not provoke shit. We did not provoke stuff.
West.
Okay.
The
West provoked Russia by allowing Ukraine to do what Ukraine wanted to do. If that's what you call a provocation, then that's fine. Okay. If you call Ukraine wanting to join the West and the West opening up to Ukraine, if you call that a provocation, then a provocation it is. Okay.
It's insane.
All right. But it is not our fault that frickin' Ukraine likes us more than Russia.
Do you think that you don't think it's a provocation to the Russians that suggesting that Ukraine joins NATO? Is that what you believe? That is their red line.
Yeah, and it's technically a provocation of us that freaking Brazil Brazil joined the BRICS nations and is now more friendly with China and Russia and against our wants and needs, like what we want, right? Is further away from our alliance. The BRICS nations even forming is technically a provocation against the United States. Does that give us the right to go and invade Brazil's shores?
The U.S. invades in whoever we want.
So does that give us the right to go invade Brazil's shores? Because if that's the case, then we should probably get on it.
Ukraine is on Russia's border.
Sir, I asked you a question. Technically, Brazil is committing a provocation against the United States right now.
Not U.S.'s border.
Okay, how about this? How about the fact that, we have freaking other countries within Central America and South America that are coming up on us right now? How about the fact that Russia freaking had a nuclear sub right off of international waters, right off of our waters? What, again, just recently, is that a provocation? Should we now go attack Russia? Or maybe does not every provocation deserve a full military attack?
Listen, I wish President Putin would not have invaded in 2022. I really do. Didn't
the Russians just invade our airspace up in Alaska just like recently?
You understand that there was a potential peace deal around the end of March of 2022 of 2022, and there was no land concession. But what happened was Boris Johnson went over and told the Ukrainians not to do it. Do you know that happened? Do you know this all could have been avoided?
Sure. Boris Johnson's an idiot. That doesn't surprise me.
This is just what I'm trying to
Are you trying to is that your argument? Is that Boris Johnson's an idiot? Because he is.
Just telling you the West.
Sir, are you trying to...
Did the West provoke Russia?
Did the West provoke Russia? No.
Yes. No. The West didn't. Okay.
No.
All right. That's your view. Okay. Again, we just disagree. We just
Yeah.
disagree.
Yeah,
Fine.
I'm saying that Russia had the choice on whether to invade, and it is not a freaking. You can't use this freaking. Oh well, back in this and that. They've been saying that they wanted Russia for 30 years, or sorry, wanted Ukraine for 30 years. Actually, Russia, when at the fall of the Soviet Union, the one country that Russia really put up a huge fight about losing was Ukraine. They let a lot of those other Soviet countries just kind of go, and as soon as Ukraine decided to leave, they put up the biggest fucking fit because again, they understand how important Ukraine is to their ability to again like have warm water ports, right? They've understood that since the fall of the Soviet Union. So again,
Right.
I have no doubt that Russia does not like it. But that is not a provocation just because Russia doesn't like something. Okay, literally, that would just be like saying that every single thing that Russia doesn't like is a provocation against Russia. Well, I'm sorry to let you know, but if that's the case, then we provoke Russia pretty much daily.
I'm just trying to tell you how dangerous this is, and I can explain this to you if you'd like.
Sir, I don't know what you're talking about, how it can be dangerous. I am not worried about the provocation of Russia, okay? We have been provoking Russia longer than I've been alive. Okay? Just as Russia has been provoking us longer than I've been alive. Okay? We literally attacked Iran just recently, and the first thing that like within like 2 days, one of the defense ministers in Russia is talking about giving Iran a nuclear weapon. Like within like 2 days. Is that not a provocation against us? Should we attack Russia now that one of the Russian defense ministers is talking to Iran about giving them a nuclear weapon?
What President Trump did on
That was a
June
direct
21st,
question, sir.
That was the right decision.
I didn't ask whether Trump's attack was the right decision. It wasn't. But I'm not even asking about that. I am asking you whether you think that... Sir, listen to the words I'm saying.
You think a clear Iran...
Sir, listen to what I'm saying.
How do they treat women?
Sir, I will hang up. I will end this thing if you cannot listen.
Go ahead.
Okay. I asked you, is it a provocation by Russia to offer nuclear weapons to Iran? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So should we now attack Russia because they freaking provoked us?
No.
Why not, sir?
No. Because
Why not?
the stakes are too high. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, apparently now it's not too hard for you to admit that just because somebody is that there's a provocation against a country does not mean that it is the right thing or the correct thing or now gives a pass to go and attack another country.
Do you think Iran should be able to have clear weapons?
Absolutely not. And they're closer now than they were before Trump attacked, which is why it was a bad attack.
No, it was the right decision.
It was the wrong decision. Again, he didn't even obliterate them. Only one of them is put out of commission for any amount of time. The other 3 of them will be back up within like 3 to 6 months from the time of the attack. There's 400 kilograms of 60% enriched uranium that we don't know even where it's at that can now easily be reached. The UN inspectors can't even go into the country because of the attack. So now they have the ability, they have the uranium, and nobody's watching them. And that was all because of the attack. They are closer to having a nuclear weapon now than they were before the attack. That's why the attack was bad.
Oh, let me guess. I'm sure you're anti-Israel too, right?
And I'm not anti anyone. Well, I'm anti-Iran, but
do you think Israel is committing a genocide?
They are.
No.
Yes, they
not.
are. That's not even a question.
Okay.
Literally, they are doing. Israel is being so bad right now that literally, like 3 different countries just this week have just freaking said they're gonna declare Palestine a state because Israel is just starving them and trying to literally famine them out. What are you even talking about, dude? This is not such a clear G-side. It's not even fucking funny.
H Group started the Gaza war on
Agreed.
October and refused to surrender. That is their
Agreed.
fault. That is their fault.
You cannot kill unarmed civilians and bomb hospitals and unalive 10,000 fucking children because a terrorist group did something.
They control that society and they won't surrender.
I don't give a
That's their
shit.
fault.
I am not. Hamas is a
Okay,
bad actor
let me-
and a
let me
terrorist
ask-
group
let me
and
ask this.
absolutely fucking horrible. And what they did on October 7th was absolutely fucking disgusting and reprehensible on every single stance. You know what else is reprehensible? Bombing civilian targets, bombing hospitals, and killing children. You do not have to be able to pick a side. They're both fucking wrong, but they're wrong for different reasons. They're wrong for the same reason, and they're wrong because Hamas is fucking went into Israel and killed a bunch of fucking civilians, and Israel is wrong because they're going into fucking Palestine and doing the same thing. I'm anti-killing civilians. I'm not anti-Israel. I'm anti-killing civilians. And right now, Israel is the one killing civilians because the leadership from Hamas is pretty much destroyed at this fucking point. And even if they weren't going in and killing them, they're not even allowing the humanitarian aid to get into the country. They have 3 humanitarian aid spots for 2 million fucking people. And they're shooting at freaking unarmed civilians who are trying to get to that food.
Can I ask you a question?
Can you respond to what I said?
Yes. This is not Israel's fault. I support Israel.
Yeah, it's not Israel's fault that they're gunning
No.
down people trying to go get humanitarian aid and food.
The Palestinians.
No, I asked you a question. Is it or is it not Israel's fault that they are gunning down innocent civilians who are trying to go get humanitarian aid and food? Yes or no?
No.
It's not their fault.
No, it's Hamas.
Oh, Jesus must have pulled the trigger and killed those civilians. Maybe it was Casper the Friendly Ghost. Maybe it was Casper the Friendly Ghost military that came down and killed those civilians.
They won't. H group won't surrender. It's their fault.
The H group won't surrender? Because last time I had checked, there was a ceasefire deal that was done a long time ago that would have required the end of fighting and the return of all the hostages. Yet it's Netanyahu who backed out of that ceasefire deal. Netanyahu backed out of the ceasefire deal that had already been agreed upon. That would have ended all the fighting.
If there are rogue soldiers in Israel doing improper things, I condemn that. Okay, but
no, that is Netanyahu who pulled out of that ceasefire. Netanyahu pulled out of the ceasefire the agreement.
Worldview. Do you think that the way the U.S. ended WW2 was wrong?
Oh, okay. Now we're your subject, sir. That's fine.
No, we're not.
It's fine. It is. That is. You are literally defending the freaking mass unaliving of a civilian population. That is literally what you're defending right now because you want to be so pro fucking Israel, dude. Fucking, how about you just be, how about this? How about you be a decent human being and you're just not pro civilian deaths? How about that?
They won't surrender. It's their fault.
It's not the civilians' fucking job to goddamn fucking surrender. It is not the tens of thousands of fucking children's job to fucking surrender.
Okay, why does the left not care about Yemen, Syria? Why does the left not care about...
Sir, here you go back on your day. All right, I'm done with you. You have a whatever day, okay?
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh my God. Yeah, I bet he is pro-life, Triste. I freaking agree with that. That's freaking sad, man. People are literally being starved out. People are literally being starved out and freaking killed because they can't fucking eat, freaking getting ready to go into a fucking famine because of the lack of humanitarian aid that's getting in there because the Israeli government won't allow it. Freaking the UN had like 400 sites for humanitarian aid. Now it's down to freaking 3. And people are trying to get to the food and freaking they're shooting them in the fucking streets. Freaking sad. All right, let's get to some super chats, y'all. Hopefully there was a couple good super chats. I need a couple good palate cleanser, then we'll move on to the next person. I appreciate y'all. Kalila, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, caller acting like the Democrat forcing agendas on him like he's the main character of America. Right? Like freaking, like the Democrats are just coming to attack him. Like the Democrats have come out to personally attack him. Crazy. Thank you so much, Kalila. And Kalila again said, kid needs to be watched. Now he's being sympathetic towards another superpower. Yeah, that dude should go on the same list as that guy from earlier that we talked to. That guy from earlier in the live. I don't know if you guys remember him or not. Thank you so much, Kalila.
It's insane.
Beautiful said, heart you, Polly. Keep dog walking these fools. Thank you so much for the $2. I appreciate that. Patrick said that caller probably threw his phone at the wall just now. Probably. I'm assuming his name was probably Kyle. He just punched straight through a door, drinking a Monster Energy. He's all hyped up. Thank you so much, Patrick. Lee, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. And we got Ray over here, the newest freaking member. She's gonna be set up for the merch giveaway tomorrow. That's gonna be awesome. And Beautiful with the Poly Obsessed with the second tier membership on YouTube. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining the team. If you guys would like to be here for the merch giveaway tomorrow, I really appreciate that. The only way to do it is to become a member on YouTube or be a paid subscriber on TikTok. We do need 10 more to hit that goal over on TikTok to be ready for the merch giveaway tomorrow. So I really appreciate you guys being here. If you guys would like to support the live, also I do have my pay links open. I have the super chats open. Pay links are in my bio in my link tree. So I really appreciate that. Carolyn, thank you for the $10. Says, welcome, miss you, Polly. Thank you so much, Carolyn. I really appreciate that. And Doreen, thank you so much for the $20. It says, for dealing with people like Paranoid who believe the lies. Thank you so much for that, Doreen. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. And Trader, thank you so much for the $2 and beat me to the Kyle joke. I'm sorry, man. I was trying to get there as fast as I could. I was trying to get there as fast as I could, but I do appreciate it. All right. We're going to reopen up these phone lines, get on to the next conversation. I hope you guys are enjoying the time. Make sure you guys are subbed, followed, have the notifications turned on. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
Hey, is this Matt?
No.
Oh, I don't know. I'm calling into the stream that's going on.
Well, you're on the stream. I don't know who Matt is.
Oh, I thought that's what someone said your name was. Anyway,
oh, no, I'm Polly. Nice to meet you.
All right, good to meet you. I'm Jack.
Hi, Jack. So, how old are you, Jack?
I am 24, and I used to support Trump. I thoroughly do not anymore, but I definitely think we would have some points of contention, things we could talk about.
Well, I'm sure that everybody I talk to could have points of contention, but I am really looking for Trump supporters right now because that's kind of the point of the live that we're going through right now. But I do really appreciate you, but I think I am going to move on to the next caller. So I hope you have a good one. All right, man?
All right, take care.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure we have plenty of points of contention. There's points of contention with pretty much everybody. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, how's it going?
It's going well. How old are you?
24.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
Because of the Epstein files, I would think they should be held back, and also because he made condoms cheaper again.
And he disappeared. All right. Well, interesting take. We'll move on to the next caller. Uh-oh, they left too. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Nah.
All right, man. Well, bye. Thought I made that pretty clear. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
I am 24.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Not at all. God bless you.
You say not at all?
No, not at all. God bless you for doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate
that.
that.
Holding you up.
Thanks a lot, man. Hello, how are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
18.
Awesome. What year were you born?
2006.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Real quick, Sharon, thank you so much for the $50. I really appreciate that. Said, I love how you handled that caller. He was horrible. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Sharon. And Valerie, thank you so much for the. I believe that's a $3 over there too. Said thank you for all you do. I really appreciate that. Can we get W's in the chat for Sharon, Valerie, and all the supporters that have supported so far? I really appreciate you guys. Awesome. So why do you support Trump?
I support Trump for his immigration policies on deporting dangerous illegals and criminals out of this country that Joe Biden led in.
Awesome. So Joe Biden didn't let in any dangerous criminals. They did come in, and less than 15% of the people that Donald Trump is deporting are criminals. And actually, there was instruction to ICE to make sure that they stop going after criminals and start going after people like Cardenas Markets and 7-Elevens.
Okay, first of all, I want you to show me the evidence where he said that.
Yeah,
Second of
Stephen
all,
Miller.
yeah.
Miller meeting to ICE.
Okay. Second of all, I want you to pull it up actually for the camera, your evidence. Second of all, because I'm not aware of that. Second of all, yes, Joe Biden did let a lot of criminal aliens in. Knowing so, by keeping the borders not tightly regulated, because obviously he let the numbers, which is 1.7 million, which I think is more. But that amount of people entering the country is just disgraceful, and the fact that he really didn't do anything at that time was just also disgraceful as well. Like shutting down the border.
Do you think
day
that
one,
Trump was disgraceful also?
Yeah, I know he let some people in as well. So I know you're.
I mean, almost 900,000.
Yeah. Well,
So is that disgraceful?
could be better, honestly. But
No,
now
is
that
it
Trump's fixing
disgraceful?
him
That's what
second-
I want to
What?
know. If you're going to call 1.7 million disgraceful and Donald
It
Trump
wasn't
let in
1.7
almost.
million. I think it's more.
Well, you
I think
can
it's
think
more.
whatever you want, sir. I'm not asking about your belief. I'm telling you about the numbers, and I'm saying if it's 1.7 is
Did Trump
disgraceful, then
did
I would
Trump
also
let
say
that many
that
people in?
I would say almost a million is also disgraceful. Don't you agree?
Well, I need to know the numbers and why he let those people in to understand.
He
that
didn't let
argument,
them
'cause I know
in,
he
sir.
did.
That's just how many people came in because we
Yeah,
can't
well,
stop every
yeah.
undocumented migrant from coming in the country.
That
It
is
would be
true.
what the
That is
Republicans
true.
call like to use the word the gotaways, right? Which isn't an
Yeah, the
actual
gotaways,
term, right? But that's what that would be
They are.
considered. That would be the people that either snuck around Border Patrol and we didn't see them, or people that the Border Patrol saw and couldn't catch up to.
It's insane.
Is there really any credible evidence that Donald J. Trump let that many people in?
Sir, it's not a matter of let people in. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Donald Trump
No,
didn't
yeah.
let those people in. Biden didn't let those
Right.
people in. The people that were let in under the
It's
Biden
insane.
administration were people like asylum seekers who are here legally, who are vetted, who are not criminals,
Correct.
who are here under TPS. So
That is, yeah, you're right. But you said that Trump let in to the country, not let in specifically in the way they were talking about, but he allowed people to enter the country. You said $900,000. 900,000. I'd like to see the statistic on that.
yeah, it's on Customs and Border
I
Patrol.
don't think. Sure, yeah. I want you to pull that up, please. Your evidence.
Sir, I'm not going to pull up everything just because you asked for it. I will actually just
Sir?
require you to have
Okay.
to read
Okay,
some
sir,
stuff.
that's-
Okay.
Okay.
But here,
It's
but and since you
insane.
did ask for the
Everything we're
first
calling
one,
boys out.
sir, but
Double standard,
sir, and since you did ask for the first one, I already will put that up on the screen because I already pulled it up. But I'm
Okay.
not going to sit here and
Okay.
It's
play
insane.
look up the thing for you. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But right here's the article, and it says Steve Miller's order likely sparked immigration arrests and protests. And it says White House Deputy Chief of Staff Steve Miller's order to federal agents to arrest more people without criminal convictions likely sparked the immigration arrest that ignited the protests in Los Angeles. The arrest at Home Depot triggered the protests and the escalating response, including Donald Trump's use of the National Guard.
Was that person illegal?
I'm
That he
sorry?
deported? Was that person illegally here in this country?
What
when he
person?
deported? That person who said that he deported somebody from a Home Depot?
No,
Like
sir,
you said?
that's not what we're talking about. You're moving the goalposts.
I'm
I
sorry, say what
told
you're-
you said that that Donald Trump is deporting a bunch of criminals. Okay? And
Yeah.
I said,
Criminals. They are all criminals.
Sir.
Every single one of them is a criminal.
sir. When
Sure,
Donald
yeah,
when,
yeah.
when Donald Trump said he was going to get rid of you said he's deporting all the dangerous criminals.
I said criminal.
No, you
Sir, I
said
meant to
dangerous
say
criminals, sir. Please don't make
It
me
doesn't matter
don't-
because they're all criminals anyway.
Sir,
They're all
no, you
criminals
said
anyway.
dangerous criminals. And when we're talking about dangerous criminals, okay, we're talking about people who have
Sure.
committed violent acts. We're not talking about people who commit little misdemeanors. Okay?
It's
Because
not
if
a
we're
little
talking
misdemeanor, it's a Class C misdemeanor that has the option of getting literally imprisoned, getting fined, and getting deported. That's
yeah,
not
you
little,
can get
sir, according
you
to
can
the
get
law.
prison and fined for speeding.
Sir, yes, that is true. Reckless speeding, sir. Reckless speeding, not just regular speeding, sir. It's a difference.
I understand that there's a difference, sir, but you're also
Okay,
not
then
making the
keep-
difference. But you're not also clarifying the difference that in order for you to get things like jail time and all of that sort of stuff, it requires extra steps. It's not just crossing the border. So if you're going to sit here and say, hey, oh, you can get put in jail for that, well, you can get put in jail for lots of things. Okay. What I am saying is that that the Trump administration is not going after criminals. If Donald Trump was going after like actual violent criminals, people that are actually committing, you know, crimes and all this sort of stuff, drug traffickers, sex traffickers, all of these horrible people, with the people that the cartel have here and all sorts of stuff, then I have zero issue with Donald Trump's immigration policy. I think that that's actually really great, and I would actually, be okay with his, extra funding of ICE and all that sort of stuff to help deport those people. And I would freaking shoot down any Democrat that ever said that was wrong. I would freaking not support any Democrat that freaking fought against that. But that's not what's going on. See, Donald Trump he's going to spend trillions of dollars in taxpayer money to deport people who have been here for decades, who are working here, who are paying taxes, who are contributing to society. And we're going to not only lose the money, the tax dollars to deport these people who are not harming anyone, but we're also going to lose the tax revenue that we get from these migrants. Okay. So what I would suggest, is me personally, is I would want that we have, a strong border protection. So we make sure we know who's coming in, make sure that people like that 1.7 million under Biden, or that, almost 900,000 under Trump, those gotaways aren't able to get in, or are as limited as possible. And then I would also say that we should send ICE after the criminals, the real criminals, the cartel members, the people that are, committing crimes, and get after them. And then the other people, I think that we should give them a path, the people who have been here for a while, who have been contributing to society, who haven't harmed anyone. I think those are the exact people that we want in our country, and we should give them a path to be here legally, to be able to work legally, and have a pathway towards citizenship.
Okay, you know what? So far, what you've been saying, I actually do somewhat agree with you. I do feel bad for these people that did cross in hopes of a better goal, but I still think they should have done legally. My grandparents did it legally, and they're here now. They're fine. They did it the legal way. There's a legal process to anything. I like what you said with Trump going against the criminals, which he is going against. Like, it's very funny how you guys switch talking points, because quite literally, I think it was a month ago when everyone was so mad at Trump for being a taco, when he changed his policies saying to stop going against the farmers because they are actually contributing somewhat. But and then when people argued with you against how that was a change in his policies so he can go against the more dangerous criminals, you berated that person into saying that that's wrong, that he should have changed his stance, and the liberals are right. So now that there were changes in reverse, now that you want to say that it's wrong because
nobody was mad at Trump for being a taco.
Sir,
we were making fun of Trump for being a taco. And I need you to be clear on that, sir. Sir, I made many videos?
You did.
Where I was making fun of Trump, yes. Where I was mocking him. I'm not mad at him. Every time Trump fails, it's better for America. I'm very happy every time he tacos.
So say that part.
Every time Trump fails, it's better for America.
Good for America.
Yeah, it's good for America because his agenda sucks.
Why would you want your leaders to fail?
Because his agenda sucks.
His agenda does not suck.
It does suck. So when he does things and he goes, "Oh, I'm going to put 145% tariff on China," right? That is a bad policy. That hurts us economically. That hurts the pockets of everyday Americans. That hurts American business. That hurts everyone. When he tacos out of that, that's fucking great. I wish he fold on everything, get nothing done. The best Trump that we could have is one that's completely unaffected.
What's that under your leader?
Because his policies suck. It's not a matter of wishing it onto my. I don't have some I don't have some personal attachment to my leader. Okay, Donald Trump is just an elective representative. That's it. He's an elected representative that's supposed to be representing the good of the people. If Donald Trump is doing good things for the if Donald Trump is doing good things for America and the American people, then I support Donald Trump in doing those things. If he's doing things that are not good for America, then I do not support him in doing those things. I just told you that if Donald Trump was going after criminals, I would 100% support that and be really, really good with it because that's good for America. When he tries to put 145% tariff on on China, that is a bad thing, and I want it to fail.
No, it's called reciprocal because they've been taxing our stuff beyond oblivion. They've been putting taxes and tariffs on it.
Sir, that was not a reciprocal tariff.
Sir, everything he's been doing was reciprocal.
Not
sir.
a
It was
single thing he was
what the-
doing is reciprocal. Not
Yes,
a
sir.
single,
Sir, did
not
you
a
not
literal
see?
singular
He
thing.
laid it out what the rates are going
Sir,
to be. for
yes,
each
and
country, sir.
he was asked to explain that formula, and you know what he said? How he created that formula?
What?
He said it was a lot of vibes. Like he's like, I just felt like you know they
He
were
didn't
doing
say
this
that.
stuff to us. He did. He go look it up. You know, you told me to go look up things. Why don't you go look it up? He was asked
No, sir,
how
you made
he
the claim,
created that
you
formula, and he
stand by the
said,
claim.
well, you know, I just kind of go with like how I feel on certain things. It had nothing to do with it being reciprocal. Even Donald Trump said that he was doing it off of feeling.
But you realize that reciprocal tariffs are awesome, right? It's not part,
Reciprocal tariffs
it's
are
part
not
of the standard
awesome,
use.
and these aren't
They are.
reciprocal
It
tariffs.
seeks free trade, sir. It seeks free trade, and he's given us
Reciprocal
free trade
tariffs
to
is the
Americans, and it's working.
tariffs are the opposite of free trade.
No, sir.
Sir,
It
sir,
seeks
sir,
free
sir.
trade with lower
What
tariff
free
revenue.
trade means is no tariffs. That's what
Yes.
free trade means. Putting more tariffs on is the opposite of free trade.
Sir, let me explain it to you since you obviously have no idea what you're talking about. So first of all,
Yeah,
when you
I have no
reciprocal
idea what I'm
tariff-
talking about.
Yes, you don't, sir. You don't understand what the whole point of this reciprocal
It's
tariff is for.
insane.
It's specifically so that we can reach an agreement by fighting equal tariff grounds with the other country. China charges 40% for U.S. cars. We charge 40% for Chinese cars. Does that make sense? It's supposed to
But
be,
that's not
supposed to be
what's
lower.
happening.
Sir, how many trade
That-
deals has Trump made? How many trade deals has
Actual
Trump made?
deals,
He's got-
zero.
Yes. No. He said he
Yes.
has deals and they've come to pass.
No,
They've come
he
to
said that
fruition.
there
He
have
has not
been
lied to the American
frameworks for
public.
deals. He has announced
No,
frameworks
sir.
for deals, but
I'd
there
let
has
you-
not,
I'd let
sir.
you look.
No, sir.
No, you're wrong, sir.
Sir, there have been frameworks for deals. He just announced today that there was a framework or deal with, I don't even remember which country. He just had the framework of a deal with the EU. There was a framework of the deal with the UK. There was the framework of the deal with Japan. There was the framework of the deal with, what was it, the Philippines or something like that. I don't remember. Oh, Vietnam. It was Vietnam. That was the one. Yeah, there's a ton of frameworks for deals, but there have been no actual deals. Hell, when he had the UK trade deal, he held up a folder and he's like, here's the trade deal that we have with the UK. Well, he said with the EU, even though he was talking to the prime minister of the UK, because Donald Trump still doesn't understand that the UK is not part of the EU. But he was holding up a binder saying, this is the trade deal right here. And then he dropped the folder, probably because he's too old to be president. He drops the folder and a bunch of blank papers fall out of the folder.
No, sir.
I'm not
You're looking into
asking your
something.
opinion. I'm telling you what happened
You're telling
on
us fake
live
information,
television and was repeated over and over because all of the pages in there were blank because there was no trade deal in there because it's just a framework of a deal. Now, do we have some details of what the framework of the deal looks like?
Of course we
Yes, we have some deal, but that's not a trade deal and there's nothing in there that's binding.
What is a tariff, sir? Can you please?
It's an import tax on foreign goods.
Okay, thank you.
Who pays the
okay
tariff,
then.
sir?
So, sir, we do as a consumer, sir.
No, actually, we eventually pay for
I
it. Who
said we
initially
did.
pays? No, we eventually.
I said we did.
You
yes.
said we said we. Yeah, who pays for it initially?
Initially, the companies, and then they raise their prices in return.
Which companies?
Sir, the companies that receive, sir, if we put a tariff, 25% tariff on foreign steel, a $100 shipment is going to cost $125 to import.
Right, the importer pays that, right? So why are you saying that it's such a good thing that we're increasing prices of things due to tariffs on products that we do not produce at the correct level in the United States to sustain us, right? So therefore automatically inflating the cost of products because just like you said that tariff cost is going to be pushed down to consumers. So why would you think that that's a good thing for America for us to have? Why would you think that that's something that you want?
Sir, because it's about the idea of having a fair playing ground, sir. Because over the past, I don't know how many decades, I'd say, we've been over tariffed really by these other countries taking advantage, and no president has stood up, sir. This is why I stand with them.
Sir,
that's very important.
Sir, Donald Trump isn't even trying to talk about the tariffs like that. Donald Trump said when he made the deals that he's doing it based off of trade deficits. That has nothing to do with reciprocal tariffs. I think when he, like that Vietnam thing before this framework came out, I think we tariffed Vietnam like something like 90% when the current tariff rate that Vietnam had on us was less than 5. Okay, these are not reciprocal tariffs. Okay, they wouldn't even be close. Donald Trump just threatened that he was going to freaking put a 50% tariff on Brazil because Brazil is freaking trying to criminally charge their ex-far right-wing president, freaking Bolsonaro. It doesn't even have anything to do with reciprocal tariffs or trade deficits. They tried to do it because they're prosecuting his buddy. How is that a good thing? How is that reciprocal, sir?
I do think that really it is the benefits is using really just as leverage to get trade negotiations. I really do. Because foreign countries with higher tariffs that are lower than ours lose the U.S. market access. Does that make sense? So it's really just a leverage, sir. He's using it as a leverage.
Well, sir, and if that's what he's doing it as, then maybe he needs to get his own story straight on what he's using it as. Okay, because one day he says that it's one day he says because of leverage. The second day he says because he's trying to bring back job manufacturing, and it can't possibly be both.
Manufacturing has, and pretty sure right now we're at the peak of jobs created in the United States.
Yeah, manufacturing jobs are down in the United States. Inflation is up, and unemployment is stagnant.
That's not what the Fed said, sir. Not that I like the Fed at all.
Sure. Where did the Fed say that I was wrong?
We're at the max. We're at the max.
We're at the max of what?
Of the job creation, sir. Here. This is why they need to lower the rates, honestly. But that's another conversation.
Sir, we were at the, if you mean by the max of the fact that we're matching freaking job creation with freaking, with unemployment, that happened a long time ago.
I mean, we have low unemployment as well. I don't know what the rate is right now. I'm going to check. But it's pretty
I believe it's around, what, 4?
Wait, let me check.
It's 4 something?
Unemployed. Yeah. Let me check real quick. Yeah, around 4. Yeah, you're right. 4.0. Yeah.
Oh, dead on. Okay, cool. I was a lot more specific than I thought I was.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm not saying that tariffs cannot possibly be used as a trade trade deal. That is possible.
Yeah.
It's not being done though. And that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Now, if I think the EU deal is a perfect example. Okay? I really do. I think the EU deal is a perfect example. And I think the BBC said it best, okay? Because they just had a report on it, right? And they said trade deal, the trade deal like announced, like you know what I'm saying? Trump wins, American consumers lose. That was their headline. And it's correct, right? It's correct because Donald Trump is now implementing these tariffs on the EU, right? He's putting a 15% tariff on like 70% of the goods coming from the EU, right? But that just means that all of those products we are going to be paying a higher cost on. We are now taxed more.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's not necessarily a good thing, right? And again, like
I think we should.
And you know what, sir?
How this is going to play
hold
out.
on. But I need to add something to that, right? Because a lot of the tariffs for a lot of the things that are exporting out of the United States that go into the EU, the tariff rate is lower, right? But if your theory, right, that we were using tariffs in order to create free trade,
leverage, yes,
leverage to create free trade, then when the EU dropped their tariff rate, why would the U.S. not drop their tariff rate with it? Because that would actually be what free trade is.
No, that is true. Yes, I need to do a little more research on that. I don't have an answer to that right now. I appreciate the conversation, though. Very good. But I think we need to wait and see what's going to happen. Honestly, I think both of us have good points, but we just need to wait and see what's going to happen. I think we need to wait. But I want to switch this conversation a little bit to where you stand with Jerome Powell and him not lowering the rates, because I think that's absurd, and he's crashing the housing market right now, actually.
Jerome Powell is not crashing the housing market. We had a bad housing market before the Fed interest rates even rose due to COVID. And the reason why Jerome...
During Biden, the interest rates were extremely low.
Sir, that's not what I said. Listen to what I said. I said our housing market was bad before Jerome Powell raised the rates. Not the interest rates were bad. The housing market was bad.
For the last year, yes.
The housing market has been bad for the last decade. More than that, actually.
It hasn't, sir. We had a big boom during COVID, sir. 2021 year. I'm literally talking as families that are real estate agents, sir. I promise you,
Sir,
the housing market is great.
Sir, there was a
We're
spot where the
entering-
housing market was getting better during COVID, but that's because people were
Yeah.
upgrading their houses at an astonishing rate, which actually helped lend to the fact that
No.
we're in a bad spot right now. But sir,
That's
what
funny to hear that.
sir,
Hold on.
sir, our housing market.
So you cut out.
Yeah, our housing market was definitely bad before that because we do not have the supply in the United States in order to do that. Now, when it comes to the when it comes to Jerome Powell is just doing exactly what his job is. He's reacting to what Donald Trump is doing to the market. Yes, because those exact same tariffs that you're saying are good leverage are exactly what cause inflation. And if Jerome Powell lowers the interest rate while Donald Trump is creating inflation, then that can put us into a recession, if not worse. So as soon as Donald Trump is done with his little tariff trade war, then we can go on to having lower interest rates. We had 4 projected lowering interest rates last year. I believe we got 3 of them. We had 4 more projected this year, and they would have happened if Donald Trump didn't start his little trade war. So whenever he's done with his little trade war and we can move on to having lower interest rates, then that sounds great. I think it's actually a win-win. We don't have to pay more for consumer prices, and we also get lower interest rates. I think that's a win-win. So whenever your president gets done, I think we're good to go.
Okay. I'd like to go over every point you just made there. So first of all, when you said the housing market was bad, you said in certain areas, yes, in certain areas it was bad for the decade, like you said, but that you can't really generalize the market because the market was in a boom during COVID-19 when supply was high and when the interest rates were low and people saved money because they did eat out and spend money during COVID when we were locked in our houses. Thus, when all that COVID pressure was gone, was the housing market boom because it was literally was it a buyer's market? Yeah, it was a buyer's market because everyone had extra cash to put down payments on. The rate was low. It's basically free money, right? That was the biggest boom. But now, since that kind of supply kind of weakened, we're in a seller's market, very strong seller's market right now. The rates are high. Nobody wants to borrow. It's just hurting the middle class is what Jerome Powell's doing. And his benchmark, really, where people said, his benchmark has really been met on everything except the inflation. But I think he's causing artificial inflation with keeping the rates high. That's a problem for the United States. And if it does increase a little bit, if he lowers the percent, I don't know what the rates are right now. But if he lowers them a little bit and inflation increases, he can adjust for that. But he's not giving any room. And he's honestly just hurting the middle class at the end of the day.
Jerome Powell is not hurting the middle class. Jerome Powell is doing exactly what his job is, which is saving the U.S. economy. It is saving. It's nothing against Trump, sir. Trump hired him.
It is. Yeah, I know he did.
Trump hired him. Why would he? Why would he be so against the person that hired him for no apparent reason?
Sir,
no. Answer that question.
Long ago, sir. No. Yes, he did hire him.
What reason does Jerome Powell have to be against Trump?
What?
What reason?
Have you not seen insider information? You've seen people private reporters talking to his staff, telling how he has a resentment.
Why does Jerome Powell have a reason to tank the entire U.S. economy because of Donald Trump?
Because he does not like Trump and his agenda.
He does not have one. There is no fucking reason. There is absolutely no fucking good reason whatsoever for him to do that. Okay? They have made it very clear. The Fed has been overwhelmingly clear that if Donald Trump was that they were ready to lower the interest rates, they said if Donald Trump implements the tariffs that he says he's going to put in, they are not going to be able to lower the interest rates. Then Donald Trump put in those freaking tariff rates, and then they didn't lower the interest rate. They were completely freaking transparent and said exactly what would happen if Donald Trump put these tariffs in, and exactly what happened, what they said would happen. Happened. This has nothing to do with a personal vendetta. This has everything the fact that Jerome Powell is trying to keep us out of recession, even though Donald Trump is trying his hardest to put us there. And I'm telling you right now, and I'll be straight the hell up with you, if he freaking gets rid of Jerome Powell and puts someone in there that's favorable to him, we will go into recession. I promise you that. You can mark my fucking words. You guys can record this spot right here, put it wherever you want, freaking whatever you freaking say. If they kick Jerome Powell out and some idiot gets in there and freaking lowers the interest rate, we will be in a recession. I promise you. At best,
because
sir, hold on. At best, we will be in a recession. At best. Okay. But anyways, I'm done talking to you. So you have a good day. All right.
All right, you too. Have a good.
All right, Phil, thank you so much for the $2. Said, I thought Guest worked in the housing market. He doesn't know what the federal interest rate is that's causing the trouble that he's referring to. No, he doesn't work in the housing market. His parents are real estate agents. He is 18 years old. So he has nothing. Absolutely nothing. And Tara, oh my God, Tara, thank you so much for the $50. Says, welcome back, friend. I for one miss you over here on TikTok. I don't have any power on YouTube. Oh, just kidding. Welcome back, and thank you all the hard work you do every day. Hopefully you're fully recovered. Thank you so much, Tara. Big W's to the chat for Tara for that huge $50. I really appreciate that. I do have a few super chats to get through also really quick. And thank you guys so much for the little money guns that I've seen that have been coming through too. I really appreciate that. While you guys are out, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, hit that follow button, do what you gotta do. We also had a paid sub over on TikTok. I know, I saw it. Where is it at? Oh, FIFO. Thank you so much for that paid sub over there. Again, we got to get this up to 200 so we can be ready for the merch giveaway tomorrow. I'm really excited to do that, but we got to get this thing back up to 200 so we're ready to go. All right. Let's see. Davis, thank you so much for the $2. Said they don't live in reality. I don't know how to help them. Me neither. I'm trying my best, Davis. I'm doing my best over here. And Poly Age Group has agreed to surrender. Okay. Yeah, they agreed at a ceasefire earlier this year. They just needed Israel to do their part. So, but yeah. Cynthia says, I'm so proud of you. I love listening to your podcast. Thank you for representing truth and facts. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Speaking of actual podcasts, I actually am going to be hopefully as early as this weekend, definitely by the end of August, starting up an actual podcast that we're going to try to have out on all sorts of different platforms and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get there very, very soon. But Cynthia, thank you so much for that $10 super chat. Golfing 1/3 of your first term is disgraceful. Thank you so much, Kalila. And also cheating at golf, also disgraceful. Did y'all see that video? I don't know if y'all have seen that video or not, where that freaking Donald Trump's like boy just drops off the ball and just freaking like here you go. And apparently this is this is something that we've known about for a long time. Lindsay, thank you so much. This is something we know about Donald Trump. Not only how are you going to play golf 1/3 of your presidency and then still suck so bad that you got to cheat? That's what's wild to me. You're going to play golf 1/3 of your presidency and still be so bad you have to cheat? That doesn't even make any sense to me. That's crazy. Thank you, Kalila. Oh, Kalila also said, I'm so glad our U.S. golf course was opened in Scotland. Oh, yes. So exciting. So exciting. Danielle, thank you so much for the $2. Says, sorry, Paulie, I'm behind in the live. Oh, well, I've only been on for, what is it? Like 3.5 hours at this point now. Probably more than that. Goodness great. No, Danielle, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And just me, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. You rock. I really appreciate it. Big W's in chat for just me for the big $20 super chat. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. That's really, really awesome. All right. Yeah, big W's for all the people that donate and keep this live going. I really appreciate all of you guys. Like I said, I can only do this thanks to you guys. So this is really, really, really amazing. Thank you guys for being here on all platforms. Thank you guys. I've seen a bunch of subscribers. I'm seeing a bunch of followers on TikTok, and I'm seeing a bunch of subscribers over on YouTube. Seeing a couple over on Twitter or on Twitch. I'm seeing it all across the board. I really love that. Thank you guys so much. We are going to open up the phone lines, get on to the next caller. I really, really appreciate y'all, and thank you guys so much for being here. Also, do remember, if you guys are on the YouTube side of things, I do have the horizontal and the vertical both up. So if you want to see me on the other one, you can check that out. We do this every day. I normally say every day, but Thursday. But we even are doing it this Thursday because we got to do our giveaway. Definitely on YouTube, hopefully on TikTok also. So we can do that. Hello, how are you?
Hello. This is Jack. I'm 24. I called in earlier. I voted for Trump twice, but I just have to address that morons talking about interest rates and Trump talking about interest rates. Like, they don't understand that the Fed only controls the shortest duration of interest rates. The market sets the rest.
Yep.
So even if when the Fed cut in September of 2024, long-term interest rates went up.
Yep.
It's like completely. But I will say though that I'm pretty damn sure that a lot of that was caused by Treasury Secretary Yellen, though. I mean, she literally loaded up most of the debt under that term on short duration treasuries. That all have to be refinanced in like the next couple of years. So when those go to auction, I mean, interest rates could skyrocket. And even if the Fed cuts and Trump gets some moron in, like you're saying, I don't know. I mean, I can't really. I agree with a ton of what you're saying, which is really heartening. I also agree with maybe some things the callers are saying. I won't take up your time, but you guys, like the Trump supporters, like please, you have reverse TDS. You will make apologies for him no matter what. It's a cult, and it's gonna just he will probably go down as one of the worst presidents in American history. And it is totally because no one in his party or no one in, not even independent voters like me, that like thought he was probably a better alternative on a lot of key issues, like peace, I thought, in the world. He's completely done the opposite.
Yep.
And no one's going to hold him accountable, and we're going to get hell to pay. So I just hope, like, just stop. I can't believe how much of a trans people are. I'm sorry I'm rambling now. But
you're good, man. I got to get on to the next
call.
Oh, you can't use that word on here either, man. Sorry. You can't use that word on here. That's against TOS. Please don't use that word. But I got to let you go. We got to move on to the next caller. Philly Cheesesteak, thank you so much for the 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 4 gifted right there? Are we back? Are we up to 195 already? Guys, we might actually get this giveaway done tomorrow. Philly Cheesesteak, thank you so much. And there's one more. I just saw that. Thank you so much for the gifted. Oh my God, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
I'm going to rape your kid, nigger.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
Me, I'm 19 years old.
Awesome. What year were you born?
2006.
Awesome. So do you support Trump?
No, I don't. And guess who it is? It's me, man. Wanted to say, love your content, man. Keep it up. Always appreciating you, brother. Showing these Trump supporters that they're always wrong and they're in a cult, man. Love you. Keep up the great work, brother.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. You have a good one. Hello. How are you?
Hello?
Hello?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How old are you?
I'm 50 years old.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Why is
What
that?
it says on the call in if I support him.
Yeah, why do you support him? Yo, we are on a subwave too. We only need 2 more. Tara, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Tara. Yeah. WC Trevor Philly and Tara for the 5 gifted. Oh my goodness. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much. Big WC. And make sure you guys say thank you to them if you just received one from Philly or Tara. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much. All right. So why do you support Trump?
Why are you thanking all those people?
Because they're gifting in my life, sir. You got a problem with that?
Well, I just wasn't sure because I called and you asked me a question and then you just kept doing that.
All right, I'm just gonna move on to the next person. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. You guys are real. You guys are awesome. You guys are absolutely awesome. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. And you?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
I'm 44.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do. Actually, I do. It's actually an opinion based, actually, in a way.
All right. So why do you support Trump?
So
Why did Tara's not go through?
Little background. So I'm actually a green card holder. Actually born out of the country. I was born in Mexico.
Tara's, why is yours not? Hold on one second. Tara's, it doesn't look like yours actually went through and gifted. What happened? Sorry, you're a green card holder, so you don't even vote. You just support Trump for what reason?
So the PRI in Mexico have been running for the government. The government of PRI has been running in Mexico for 71 years. And, as I live here almost all my life, actually, since I've been born, I live here in the U.S. I just believe it's time for a change. Someone that's not a career politician. That's my opinion. But the first term with Trump, I actually made money. I got 2 houses. My life is a little bit better. But when I don't know if it's the COVID or whatever the case may be, what happened, but when when Biden got into the office, it kind of stayed stable, but I actually made profit. I actually, how do you say that word? I actually prospered in the U.S. under Trump the first term.
Yeah, of course you did. Obama gave him like one of the best economies he could possibly have. He didn't have to do anything.
Well, you could say that. I mean, it's actually an investment that I did at the end of the 4 years. It's actually towards the end of that term. So
Awesome. What did he do to help you then? Toward the end of the term was COVID.
Well, whatever the economy, if he kept it stable because of Obama, whatever the case may be, I mean, if you want to agree with that, I agree with you on that point. If you think Obama is the one that made me prosper, then so be it. But it was, for me, to be on the Trump team is because it was during that time. I mean, even if he took the credit and it belongs to somebody else, what do you want me to say?
I want you to research who you're talking about and see that Donald Trump just got given a great economy and didn't do anything to help it. Actually hurt it. Actually was about to put us in a recession before COVID hit, but COVID saved him from putting us into a recession. Biden, on the other hand, got an economy that was freaking went through an entire economic disaster and recovered it and made it better.
I'm going to give you my sole purpose. The reason why I support Trump is not a career politician. That's it. He may not be the best.
Why is that a good
in
thing?
the office. We have to have change. This country.
We can have change. Why is not change is fine. Why is not a politician a good thing?
We have to change.
What do you do for a living?
But let me finish, and then
what do you do for a living?
I'm in charge of. I work for a corporation. I'm on salary base now.
Okay. How about this? I'll make it a lot easier for you, right? Like, would you hire an electrician to do the plumbing in your house?
Right. Currently, I'm hiring people that are not in the skill trade that I have. They don't have no skill, no experience on how to do the traffic. So what I do is I hire them exactly how I need them to do it. And I can agree your point of view, but the ideology behind it is that we need change. He may not be the best person, but this country, I love this country. This needs to.
What needed to change?
Better than the rest of the world. Everyone needs. We need to be the best country.
Why did we need change? We had the best economy, the best GDP, the strongest fucking military, the most respect of any country in the freaking world, stock markets at record highs, unemployment's at record lows. We had all of those things. What did Trump need to change?
We need to be better than all that. It needs to be.
How are you better than the best?
Mexico's been running the same poverty level for 71 years. And when the government changed, 20 years ago, I do not want to live there. And now I do.
We were already the best.
But I believe the reason behind it is the free trade with Bill Clinton.
Sir, how are we expected to be better than the best? Why did we need to change? If we're already the best, why did we need to change to be the best?
Nothing wrong with being better.
Sir, but you don't, if everything is working, do you change it?
If we could strive, there's decisions that I make in my company. If it fails, I need to change.
We weren't failing. We were succeeding. That would be like you saying, hey, I have this company and everything is working great. I'm making record profits and all of our numbers are perfect. What we need is change. We need to change the whole thing and we need to hire someone who has no idea about our business whatsoever. Put him in charge, right? Because we need change. Even though we're already doing amazing and everything's already the best, we need to fire the person that knows what they're doing, who made us the best, and put in somebody who has no experience and does not know what they're doing at all in order to change it. That doesn't make sense, sir.
Kodak did not adapt to change. and they're not here no more. They went bankruptcy.
We're not
every
adapting to
perspective
change.
will
We're
be the
going
same.
back. He's going back to tariff policies from the 1980s. He's going back to fossil fuels, which is not the future. This is like freaking saying, putting the freaking CEO of Blockbuster in charge of Netflix and him saying we're going to go back. And you're like, hell yeah, change.
There's things that I do. We have to go back to basics in order to we have to change it. We got complacency. There's a lot of I can't tell you what he does because I'm not in his shoes, but I can tell you what I do in my shoes in my
All
company. There's things that people do complacency. We have to go back to basic roots so that we can grow better again. We can try again from the bottom.
We're not going back to basic
I
roots.
can't
We're
answer
going
for Trump on that situation, but I can answer for my
We're going
smaller
back
perspective.
to when we weren't as good. That's what we're doing. Instead of progressing the company forward, we're sending it backwards to when we weren't as good just to change for the sake of changing. And that is not a good thing. Okay. But I am going to move on to the next caller, but I appreciate you. I hope you have a good one. All right. Tara, it said you gifted 5 and then it just never showed up. It never showed that it gifted to anyone. And it didn't show up on the subwave because we're still 1 short on the subwave. Did you not notice that? It never... We're going to pull up the next guest 1 second. But like normally it goes... I have no idea. Normally it goes... I can see it and it goes... like you gifted 5 subs and then immediately it's like... boom, 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 boom. And it shows like who got one. No, back in PDX, you got one from Philly Cheesesteak. Exactly. I should be at 202. That's weird. No, Ari, it never showed that they gifted. You know when like in the little chat thing, it shows like it gifted to this person? It never did that. Lorraine, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate that. It said, well done talking to MAGA supporters. They can't touch you on facts. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that, Lorraine. And Melanie said, thank you so much for the $20. Says Trump is cheating at golf in Scotland, while Ivana still has to be mowed. Ivana still has to be mowed. Yeah, I don't. That whole cheating in golf thing just shows you everything you know about a person. It's true. Like for somebody who loves to golf, you can tell a whole lot about somebody from the way that they golf, from how they play golf. It is absolutely crazy. It's so sad. And Nancy, thank you so much for the $10. Says my favorite creator. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know what happened with those subs. It just never showed that they went out. That was weird. But thank you so much for the sub right there. That was really, really awesome. I really appreciate that. That was huge. Thank you. This is an 18-month subscription. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. All right. How long have I been on? I got time for another caller. Let's do it. Let's keep the thing going.
An 18-month subscription. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. All right. How long have I been on? I got time for another caller. Let's do it. Let's keep.
That was weird. Oh, wait. There it goes. Hold on. They all just received right now.
Hello?
Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, they all just received right now. That is so weird. But it's still showing me at less. I don't know what's going on. They all showed received, and I'm still showing it 196. I don't know what's going on. All right, how are you today? How old are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Doing good. How old are you?
I'm 31.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I support him because he's dealing with all this human trafficking business, and he's using ICE to pick up Hispanic kids off the street, and he's sending them to detention centers in other countries where we don't know what's going on. And I'm feeling like he's selling Hispanic kids to billionaire human traffickers across the country.
All right. Interesting. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just leave that guy wherever he's at. I don't know what the hell that was. That's weird. I don't really know. Blair, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. He's the most incredible golfer. He can win any tournament. I saw him win 4 tournaments. He didn't even swing a club. It was just like Kim Jong-un. He wins the tournaments every single time. He's never lost a ball. He doesn't even use a ball. I saw him use a ball one time, and I was like, wow, it's such an amazing golfer. I could not help that. I read it in his voice. I couldn't help it. The most amazing golfer. He gets a hole in one even when he doesn't play. He just wakes up.
It's insane.
I wake up and I just hit a hole in one. I go to the bathroom and it's just a hole in one. My cankles just walk me straight to the golf course. I can't even miss. I used a putter and no ball, and I shot 14 under par. Rory McIlroy couldn't even do it. Bryson, I remember Bryson said, I'm the best golfer. He said, I'm the best golfer that's ever existed. I've been on the PGA Tour for 30 years, and I saw your golf string, and I cried. I saw it, and I cried. I cried. There were more men, big burly men with beards. They all cried. They all cried just at seeing my golf swing. It's amazing. It really is. Thank you. Thank you so much, Blair. I appreciate that.
It's insane.
Grab them by the golf holes. That's what I say. Access Hollywood. Just grab them by the golf holes. You know, she wasn't even my type. She wasn't even my type, my wife. Yes, she was never even my type. She never liked the way she never liked my golf club. It was always too small. She said it was like a miniature golf club, and I don't know. I thought it was like a driver, but I never saw it. I never saw it that way. She said it was like playing miniature golf every single time. Just one tiny little stick and no balls that we could find. Thank you so much, Kalila. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I need to stop forgetting. I'm being a fool over here. Jack, thank you so much. Says U.S. tax dollars fund ION, which buses migrants from Panama to the border and gives them debit card makers, was a board member of HIAAS. Just saying, Biden facilitated illegal immigration. Good stream. Yeah, I believe those migrants that are being bused there are again asylum. No, they're not undocumented migrants. They're one of there are a specific status of migrant, but it's not an undocumented migrant. I'm 99.99% sure on that, but I could look it up and get a little more data towards that and try to bring it up before the end of the live. I'll see if I can remember. I do be getting really forgetful. When you're a celebrity, they let you play with their miniature golf holes. They let you do it. When you're a celebrity, you can just play mini golf whenever you want. Oh goodness. All right. Anyways, sorry. I was back to I need y'all freaking making me play over here. Y'all making me play. All right. Let's open up these phone lines. Let's keep this thing going. I appreciate y'all. Hello. How are you?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going well. How old are you?
22.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
In some ways, yes.
All right. Why is that?
Well, one thing is the LGBTQ stuff that he's promoting. I support that.
What stuff?
You know, how he's against the woke, you know, LGBTQ and wants to get rid of all the, you know, what do you call them, transgenders and all the drag queens in all the schools.
Yeah, it's all the transgender and drag queens that don't exist in the schools.
Well, they do go to schools.
Yeah, you think that children shouldn't be able to go to school? Is that what you're saying?
No. Of course, children should go to school.
But not if they're gay. Gay kids shouldn't go to school though.
That's not what it said.
Well, you just said they're trying to get rid of all the woke LGBTQ stuff, and I don't know if you know what LGBTQ stands for, but there's the G in there. That would be gay. So you're saying that freaking gay kids should not be able to go to school?
No, that's not what I said.
That is exactly what you said.
Promote LGBTQ in schools, including
All right,
drag
what
queens and
LGBTQ was
transgender
being
ideology.
what LGBTQ was being promoted in school?
Well, being allowed like all these inappropriate books that
Like
are
what?
going into school. Well, there's several books. I can pull it up online right now and answer it for you, but I'm not in front of a computer.
Yeah, please show me where those books were and also what curriculum they were in.
Well, they were in little kids' schools, you know.
No, what curriculum were they in?
What do you mean curriculum?
You don't know what curriculum is?
I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but what's your definition? Like,
Not my
curriculum, like,
definition. You either know what curriculum is or you
what
don't.
grade?
Huh?
What grade or age? Is that what you're talking about?
No, curriculum.
Yeah, so it'd be English.
English would be a subject.
Okay, well then what would be a curriculum?
Sir, curriculum is what the teachers use to teach in class. Okay, it is like a lesson plan. There's like a curriculum, books that are used in class. And there was never books like that existed like that. Okay, what you're saying is that there was books being used in school that just acknowledge that freaking gay people existed, and that bothers you for some reason.
It's insane.
No, I don't give a shit about gay people. I give a shit about, you know, teachers and schools teaching an ideology to young students.
Again, sir, can you please tell me where in what curriculum? No, sir, because you're just going back. I'm just going to ask the same question. Show me where there was a curriculum that was teaching any of the things that you're saying, because it doesn't exist.
Well, no, I'm trying to finish my sentence.
No, sir, you're just repeating the same shit you said before. I need to know whether there was a school, because curriculum is ran by states. Okay? And teachers have to teach what the curriculum is that's ran by a state. So I need to know which state was allowing curriculum in there that was indoctrinating children. I need to know that before we can move on with the conversation.
Okay, so I don't have a certain state in mind, but do you mind if I just, like, simple debate, do you mind if I just ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What do you think about students being taught LGBTQ and being taught that they can be transgender if you don't feel
They're
like being a male,
not.
then you can be a
You
female?
ding dong. That's the entire point of the curriculum argument that I'm making. That is the entire point of what I'm saying, sir, is that nobody is indoctrinating or teaching these children this shit in schools, okay? They are literally just teaching them math and science and shit, and then every once in a while there's a book that says, hey, gay people exist, or something like that, and then freaking you guys get your panties all in a bunch. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on, dude. Like, I don't know how to make this more clear. It's not being taught in schools. The whole uproar, because what state do you live in?
Right now in Florida.
Awesome, me too. Do you know that entire book ban thing that Florida was doing was just because there was books in a library in a high school?
In high school or not? I mean,
There
high
was
school,
books
what?
in
Florida is not
libraries
great.
in high school. I think they might have had
Like
some middle
underage?
school libraries too. And those books were not sexually explicit. They were literally just that, like, the book would be like, oh, there's two dads in this family. And that was it. And that's what freaking Moms for Liberty and all these people are trying to ban and get out of Florida schools. That's it. It's just books that teach the existence of gay people. There is no
That's not
teachers
true.
teaching transgender studies in schools. It's not happening.
What about drag queens being brought into school?
What? Drag queens aren't part of the LGBTQ community. You can have straight drag queens. You know that, right?
Yeah, of course you can have straight drag queens, but drag queens dressed in drag going to schools?
Why does that hurt your feelings?
It doesn't hurt my feelings. It's inappropriate.
How is that inappropriate?
Because they're drag queens, mostly
So
males
what?
dressed as females in drag, which includes
Sir, you can keep
bras,
saying in drag all you
panties.
want. It doesn't make it more offensive.
I'm not saying it's offensive.
Well, you're
saying
trying
it's
to make it
inappropriate.
sound so offensive. You're like, in drag. Like, dude, I know what drag is. I've been to many drag shows. They're very, very fun.
Okay. Sure, they could be fun for you, but in schools, do you think that's appropriate?
Yeah, I don't care. I
Yeah,
truly
you
couldn't
don't
give a
care,
shit.
But you think that's appropriate?
Yeah, why not? Who
It's not
cares?
if you
People
care or
reading
not,
books to
but
people?
Is that appropriate for minors underage? Do you think it's appropriate?
Why
for
would I
minors
care if
underage to have a
if
sex
somebody
change?
is dressed a certain way reading a book to kids?
Because it would be inappropriate.
How
would
is
you
that
like a stripper going
inappropriate?
to a school? It's the same thing as having a stripper going to a school.
No,
They're
it's
dressed in
not.
the same attire.
Sir, no, it's not.
Are they not dressed in the same attire?
No. You've obviously never been
How's
to a
that?
drag
What's different
show.
about their attire?
Sir, I don't know whether you've never been to a drag show or never been to a strip club or both.
I've been to both.
Then you're a
And
liar.
For a school, they're both.
Then you're a
inappropriate.
liar because
No.
strip clubs girls are dressed in as little as possible, and literally drag shows they are wearing the most it's like the most extravagant, huge freaking dresses that you'd ever seen in your entire life. Literally the exact opposite of wearing as little as possible. There's freaking feathers and freaking crowns and all sorts of, it's literally just so much shit. Okay, but regardless of any of that, right? Like the most like those freaking beautiful princess dresses you'd ever see in your life, dude. When these people are, when freaking drag queens are going to the schools, they are dressed very, very appropriately. Okay, would you have a problem with a woman wearing a long dress and then reading to kids?
A woman wearing a long dress and reading to kids? No. But if
Then
it's
why do you have a
it's
problem with
like-
a man wearing a long dress and reading to kids?
Because it's a man in a long dress reading to kids.
So what?
So the whole ideology that
It's
I'm
not an
against-
ideology. I'm asking your personal opinion on why you are so afraid of men in dresses.
And I'm about to tell you.
Oh, well, at least you admit you're afraid. Go ahead.
What? Afraid of what? What?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, Mrs.
so-
Doubtfire must have been a horror film to this guy.
Mrs. Doubtfire is a completely different thing from this bullshit.
I'm sorry. Do you know what Mrs. Doubtfire was? Because that's a man dressed in women's clothing. That would be drag. I bet you Tyler Perry must freaking like burn his movies out in the freaking front yard.
Tyler Perry?
Yeah, that's a man in a dress, dude. That's disgusting. I bet you wouldn't let your kids watch Tyler Perry movies, right?
Okay, so the difference between Mrs. Doubtfire and drag queens is that Mrs. Doubtfire, played by what's that comedian? What's his name?
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. Thank you. He was wearing a mask the whole time, disguising as the nanny to be able to visit his kids, versus a random person dressed in drag going to schools with minors in them. It's a big difference.
No, it really isn't. It's just a man wearing a dress, and for some reason you're trying to pretzel your way into making one a freaking horrific thing, and while the other one totally okay. It's just a man wearing a dress. It's not that fucking serious, dude. Dude, I care that we live in a country where I think in the United States we rank something in like the 20s in reading or some shit like that. Anybody who's willing to freaking read to our kids that's not a fucking bad person, I'm pretty fucking cool with. They need all the fucking help they can fucking get because we don't read too well in this country. Okay? So if you think I'm worried about a freaking drag queen reading a story to my freaking kid, I really couldn't give a shit, dude. My daughter's been going to freaking drag brunch since she was like freaking 4 or something, maybe even freaking younger. Okay? I really could not care less.
Okay, well, good for her. But
it is
what
really
I'm
good
saying
for
is
her
that
because now
that's
she's
not-
tolerant
that's
of
not what I
people and
want
she
for
won't
my
grow up
kids.
to be a bigot.
Who said anybody would grow up to be a bigot?
Oh, I don't know where I would have gotten that idea from. Yeah, maybe just ramblings of a crazy person.
Because I don't want my kids to grow up in their school in front of drag queens. That doesn't make me a bigot.
Yes, it does.
How's that?
Well, you're just randomly scared of somebody for no apparent reason. That somebody.
No, nobody said scared. I don't
Oh
want
my god,
kids
my
talking
favorite
to me.
one. Oh my god,
insane.
I forgot you probably don't even like one of my favorite movies of all time. That's horrific.
What?
White Chicks, dude. How did I forget it? Making my way downtown.
Chicks is funny as
Walk.
fuck.
Oh, no, dude, that must be a horror movie to you. That is men dressed in dresses.
White chicks is
They're
a
in
comedy.
skirts the entire time.
It makes fun of that bullshit.
Making my
I
way
mean, plus,
downtown,
they're
walking
men,
fast,
plus
taste is past,
they're
I'm
black.
on bound. No, sorry, you don't get to sing this song, sir. You don't like the movie because you don't like the fact that freaking men are dressed as women. Freaking don't you even freaking try to ruin this great movie for me.
I'm not. I'm saying that movie's a fucking comedy. It's a comedy. That's what's funny about it. You're meant to laugh at it. You're not meant.
And
meant
those
to
kids
take
are
that shit
meant
serious.
to get read books and learn important reading skills from people that are trying to teach them out of the goodness of their hearts in their spare time. And they get the added benefit of
Teach
learning,
them what?
sir. And they get the
'Cause there's
added,
way too many
sir.
books
And they
about,
get,
you know,
sir. If
regular
you,
kids
sir,
that are
be
being
quiet,
trans.
sir. Be quiet. I'm speaking. When adults are talking, children are quiet. Okay. Yeah. So they're getting the added benefit of learning things like tolerance, okay? And let's be very, very clear that just like in a movie, just like in something like White Chicks or Miss Doubtfire or any of the freaking Medea movies, it is a performance. That is what drag queens are doing. They're doing a performance. It is performative. It is no difference whatsoever, sir. Just because you have this weird fear of men in dresses. I don't know. Maybe you have some like little closeted view inside where you just like really want to be in a dress and you just like know what society wouldn't accept you. And now you just want to hate on anybody else that's doing it. I understand that. Right. And like, I think that you should probably get a therapist and look into that because I think that it could be really helpful to allowing you to kind of express your inner feelings a little bit better. And I think that'd be really, really good for you. Okay. But if you think I'm going to get all freaking out of whack and all freaking scaredy pants because a drag queen freaking reads a book or freaking to my daughter or has a freaking, you know, has freaking brunch with a drag queen or something like that, then that ain't me and it's not going to bother me in the slightest, man. That's your fear coming through and it's not going to affect me.
Well, to be honest, mind if I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
So, to be honest, in my opinion, you're kind of stretching on what I've said. I don't have a fear of drag queens at all. I could give two shits about drag queens and LGBTQ members, but when it comes to schools, that's up for the parents and the student to decide, not the teachers to push a certain ideology onto these students, including LGBTQ, where the teachers hang up rainbow flags in their classrooms and teach LGBTQ shit to my kids, you know?
They're not they're
It's not
teaching
for those
tolerance,
teachers
sir.
that
But
have
you know what
to
really,
decide
really
it's up to
offends
the
me?
student and
You
parents.
know what really offends me?
What's that?
The fact that there's states in this country that have the 10 Commandments that are hung up in the classroom. That offends the shit out of me that for some reason they think that they can influence my daughter with the thing that indoctrinates more children in the United States than anything else. Also, it would actually put her in the
What if they
place
give up
where
the
the
10
most
Commandments?
where the most sexual predators are, because most of the sexual predators, if you take the sexual predators from the clergy, they freaking outnumber any other career field in the United States, right? So that's what
Sexual
really freaking
predators?
offends me is things like Christianity being taught in the classroom, because that's
I don't give
absolutely
a shit about
horrific.
that, dude.
I don't give a shit whether you give a shit about it, sir.
Well, you're
I
the one
really
that
couldn't
talked
give a
about it.
crap.
You're the one that
If
brought up
you don't want to
Christianity
teach your
and talked about it. I
if
don't
you
give a
don't
shit
want to
about that.
teach your kids that gay people exist and you don't want to teach people that there are other people out there that aren't like them, then I advise
Oh,
that
no,
you
not at all.
then
You're
I
putting stuff in my
advise then
mouth.
I advise you homeschool your kids when they get a chance. I am sure that you
No,
can
no.
raise nice little young bigots the way that you want to, okay? But when as
You're
far as it
putting
can
stuff
come
in
to
my mouth
school,
right now.
nobody freaking cares, dude. And I'm sorry, I don't care how you try to phrase it in order to make yourself feel better. Like, I'm not afraid, I'm not this, I'm not that. It's not indoctrinating your kids to have freaking a drag queen read to a kid. And actually, hold on, Tobin sent a really good super chat I want to throw up there. And he said, "How dare you groom my kids to be literate?" Like
Literate. No,
it's crazy, dude.
taking
The amount of
shit out
things
of
that
your
are happen that
asshole
happen within
and putting your
schools and
mouth
stuff like
into speaking it to me.
no, sir. I'm literally just showing you how ridiculous your standpoint is, and you don't like it when I just
No, you're
change
coming
the
with
words,
a
sir.
bunch of bullshit.
You don't
That's
like
the
when I
bullshit that
change
you're-
the words
you're
of your
putting.
argument and send them back at you. Because when I change the words of
Change
your
the
argument
words,
and send
exactly.
it
You
right back
change
at
the
you,
words.
Right, it's your exact argument, sir, just in different words. It is, sir. It is your exact. Sir, don't get all angry. Don't get all angry because you couldn't be a drag queen. Okay. Don't get all angry because you couldn't be a drag queen. Okay. There's still time. You're still young. Okay. Just because I'm still taking because I'm taking your exact argument and I'm changing it into a way that you understand how bigoted it sounds to everybody else. Don't get all offended. Okay. Your argument that you're making is incredibly bigoted. It's incredibly short-sighted. It teaches kids to not have tolerance towards other people. It teaches that other people are bad just because of the way they decide to dress in the morning, okay? And that is incredibly harmful on all different types of sociological issues, okay? If someone wants to wake up and wear a dress or wear shorts or wear pants or wear a fucking muumuu, I really couldn't give a shit. It really matters on whether that person is a good person or not. And when you teach kids that because men, want to dress in dresses, that they're bad people, you teach intolerance to all sorts of arrays of sociological issues that these kids are now going to have to deal with, and they become very bad members of society because of it. And that's really why it's so freaking important to not only have these interactions, but to make sure we correct different rhetoric like the one that you're using right now. Okay. The way that I shot those arguments back at you that you were having is exactly how your arguments sound to the rest of us that live in the world of tolerance.
Okay, so one thing that you said about me is that I'm a bigot. What is a bigot?
Sir, you can't even keep track of the argument we have. I'd rather not get into dictionary definitions with you.
Well, I'm asking, what is a bigot to you? Like you called me a bigot a few
Sir,
times.
Again, I'm not interested. Either address what I have to say or we'll just move on. It's not a big deal.
Okay, we'll move on. Go fuck yourself, fuck your streamers, fuck your viewers. Go fuck yourself, because all you can do is just laugh over somebody, not laugh over somebody, talk over somebody. So you can try to spread your point across. But that's exactly what you want, though, isn't it? To be able to get views. You want people to say, go fuck yourself, and you want people to say...
No, honestly, I'd rather you just left.
Just to get views.
I'd rather you just
No,
left.
all you want is views, dude. Come on.
No,
That's
I want
all
to have
you want.
actual
That's
good
your-
conversations. It's not my fault you're a bad person, okay?
No, you just
But
want
hey,
views.
if Kayla, I don't know if
That's
Kayla's here, but I do have this therapist that I keep in my chat
I
just
don't.
for people
Call
like you.
in, blah, blah,
Her
blah,
name
blah,
is Kayla, and I suggest that you go talk to her because you have some issues inside that you need to deal with. I mean, don't we all?
what issues are
But you
those?
definitely have some issues you need to deal with, okay? That have to deal with some own personal feelings that you have. Kayla's here. So make sure you go check out Kayla. She honestly, I don't know if she's a good therapist. She might be a bad one. I've actually never, had a therapy session with her. I assume she's a pretty good one though. And honestly, even if she's a bad one, I think you can use whatever help that you can get. I think she does charge double for MAGA though, just because of all the work that she has to put in. So you might have to watch out for that. But hey, maybe in the future. All right. You have a good day.
Kayla's a therapist.
All right. Kayla, I'm sure you're excellent. I'm sure you're excellent. Tobin, that was a great freaking super chat saying, "Don't you dare groom my kids into being literate." That's a great super chat. That was absolutely awesome. Thank you, Doc. I appreciate that. And Patrick with the white chicks idea, man. I don't know how I forgot about White Chicks. I love that movie. That's like one of my freaking best that's one of the best freaking movies out there. I appreciate that. Yeah, Justin Thomas. Yeah, Justin Thomas can't handle freaking Donald Trump in golf. That there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, he plays with Bryson all the time, so there's just no way. Just me said, feeling a bit down today. Thank you for our awesome live stream today. I'm feeling better. Just me, I'm sorry you're having a rough day. Sunday was my rough day. I had a really bad day Sunday. And honestly, even last night, I was not having a good evening last night. I got a little down last night. I really did. So, hey, sometimes we get like that. It sucks, but we power through. All right. We power through. We're there for each other. We help each other. And if you need someone to reach out to, message me on Discord. I'll help you out. And I have an entire Discord full of people that are there for if you need help and you need to talk to somebody. So please don't, and sometimes we just feel down those days, right? We feel down some days, but we keep moving forward and we push through and we live to fight another day. And that's all we can do. Right. So, so just know that if you need someone or you need someone to talk to or anything, reach out. I'm here. People in this live are here. Don't go at it alone. All right. Truthfully. All right. And I hope that your day gets a lot better. All right. I truly, truly hope that. Okay. For sure. For sure. Jennifer, thank you so much for the $10. Says thank you with the with the pride flag. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I really appreciate that. I do my best. I do my best for not being part of the community. I really try hard. So if I fail, don't get at me too bad. Just correct me later. I'll fix myself. And Carla, thank you so much for the $5. Says enjoy your live, Paula. Keep educating MAGA. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate the support. And look at this freaking trader over here. It gets better, Justin. It gets better. It always gets better. Okay? Like I said, my Discord's a great place for that. If I'm not available or if I'm not looking, somebody will be there. Freaking Dave will send you a train fact. We'll make it better somehow. Dave's train facts make everybody happier. Dave's train facts make everybody happier. And Kalila, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships on YouTube. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That is absolutely huge. And we see all the freaking members coming in. Oh, that's absolutely great. Guys, make sure you guys throw W's in the chat for Kalila. If you just became a member over there, that is absolutely awesome. We got new subs, new members. We got all sorts of stuff going on. I think, Tara, that your gifted subs went through, and then I think I lost just as many subs as you were giving them to me at the same time, which is crazy. So I think that's why it went up and then it went down. We'll see if I think we can get 5 more for tomorrow and still be good for the giveaway. I hope so. But yeah, it was weird. It was lagging. I got hit at the same time. I think I don't know what's going on, or TikTok's just lagging. I don't know. It could be any number of things. I'll see when I log off. We should be good. I think I'll do that. I should be. I think we'll probably just do the giveaway regardless. So we should be good. It might be TikTok lagging too. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's kind of jumping all over the place. But yeah, we had a lot of subs today. I'm sure we can get up there. DJ Tony, what's going on? Says Miss Doubtfire read books to my kids in the movie. Yeah. Yeah, no one had a problem with that. Oh, TikTok had an update? Yeah, nobody had a problem with that, DJ. That's great. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Hope you're doing well too. If you guys want to follow the best DJ on TikTok, make sure you follow DJ Tony. For sure. Great stuff. This is one of the I think you were one of the person that just got gifted. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. You are like a super fan, and I am so happy that you got gifted. I think you were one of the people that got gifted the subs. Oh, I think you were one of the people that got gifted. If you weren't, and you did it yourself, and you did it on your own, my bad. You might have just joined at the same time. Did you just join at the same time? I don't know. I'm so happy you're in here. Okay, because you are like a super fan. You were here all the time. And I think that is absolutely freaking awesome. That is absolutely freaking awesome that you're part of the team. I really, really appreciate that. That is absolutely great. And Jason, thank you so much for being a part of the team also. Man, we are gonna have like the most amazing freaking giveaway tomorrow. This is gonna be so great. I am so happy over here. And then, oh my goodness. I can't even read. Oh my gosh, hold on. I gotta expand this real quick. All the gifteds on TikTok. Stop this one new message crap. I need to go back. Anna Chavez, thank you so much for the 5 gifted on TikTok. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Kayla with the 1 gifted. Tara with another 5 gifted on TikTok. Oh my God, we just had 11 gifted over on 11 gifted on TikTok. We just got another, and then we got 7 more members over here on YouTube, all in the same shot. Oh my God, you guys are you guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you guys so much. You guys are absolutely rock. We hit the 205 goal. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely. Oh my goodness, that is just so sweet of all of you guys. That is really, I was really worried after the week being off. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to hit my 200 goal on TikTok by the end of this month. I thought there was no way. So thank you guys so much. That is just absolutely so kind. Make sure you guys are sending W's again to all the people that just gifted. And if you just became a member or you just became a paid sub on TikTok, make sure you guys are joining my Discord and make sure you guys send me the stuff for the Discord. Because we are going to do I try to do like once or twice a month. I try to do a sub only like live or like a paid member only live. I think I'm going to start doing that on Discord. And so make sure you guys are joining the Discord. That way you can be in the sub only channels. That way you can be here for that part of things too. And you guys help me build that out. Whatever you guys want in that part of the Discord channel, make sure you're in there. So make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you let me know that you're a paid member or subscriber. I really, really appreciate that. Oh my God, Kalila, is that another 5 gifted members on YouTube? Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you so much. Kalila with another 5 gifted on YouTube. Oh my goodness gracious. Kalila, thank you so much. That is another 5 gifted. Holy crap. I have to throw that back on the screen. That is absolutely huge. I'm seeing all the people over here. Do you need the Discord invite? No. Just go to my link tree, which is in my bio. And that is how you'll get it. You get the Discord link there. It is a permanent link, though. Sometimes you have to copy it into the browser for it to work. But Kalila, thank you so much for the 10 total gifted. I had 10 total gifted from Tara, 10 total gifted from Kalila. That is absolutely freaking huge and absolutely amazing. And 5280 Ramp, thank you so much for the paid sub on TikTok. I really, really appreciate that. And Marmite, oh my goodness, thank you so much, Marmite, for the 5 gifted on TikTok. Oh my goodness, for the 5 gifted on TikTok from Marmite with 5 more gifted subs on TikTok. Holy crap, this is absolutely amazing. This is absolutely amazing. You guys are just showered with so much love. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can barely breathe right now. Oh, whew. I had to. I'm sorry. I have to freaking breathe real quick. That is absolutely crazy. Oh my goodness. All you guys gifting is just so absolutely amazing.
It's insane.
Oh yeah, I need to regulate real quick. Whew. I gotta regulate a little bit. Holy goodness gracious. No, and if you guys can't afford stuff, please don't say it. I really appreciate you got like all the things that are coming in. There's just so many gifteds coming in and so many just awesome. That is just absolutely crazy. Tony, thank you so much for the 199 pounds. I really appreciate that. I said keep up the good work on work going on. I don't know what that word is, but thank you so much on the MAGA facts. I appreciate that. And it said Muhammad versus Taylor affirm parents' rights. Yeah, it's their parents' right not to not have drag queens read to their kids. Okay, that's stupid. Don't try to play stuff off. Polly, am I caught up with Ari? I doubt I am. Ari does stay ahead of me on the gift on the subs, but that's okay. Well, actually, I might be close. That actually might have been close. Somebody spy on Ari's account for me. I might be close. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you guys. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever had that many gifteds on memberships and subs all at the same time. And I've been doing this for a long time. I don't think I've ever had that many all at one time. I freaking had to like take a second to like get better. Oh my, I was trying to. Oh, thank you so much for the money. I did catch Ari. I caught you. Caught you, babe. Love you. Caught you. You've been ahead of me for a long time. Okay, you've been ahead of me for a long time. Lou, thank you so much for the $5. Also said we got Charger football tomorrow. I'll be happy. I am so stoked for Charger football tomorrow. Hall of Fame game tomorrow. I'm probably gonna be here for it, but I am so excited. I'm gonna record it and make sure I go. And Queen V, thank you so much for 5 more gifted subs on TikTok. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Queen V. Make sure you guys follow Queen V also. She's a great creator, does amazing work. Thank you so much, Queen V. Queen V, I really appreciate you. And you beat me to the podcasting. Ari and I had just been talking about for the last month about starting a podcast. Heard you started one. I got to make sure I tune in so I can listen to it. Okay, you beat me to it, but I'm gonna try to catch up to you really quickly. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. That was like 20 gifteds on TikTok and another 10 gifteds on YouTube also. Again, y'all, make sure that you guys are doing this. So Tara said, and Kenya, thank you so much for being the new member over on YouTube. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Ari and I are starting a podcast. It's been really figuring out the logistics of how we're going to do it, but Ari and I are going to do a joint podcast together. So, yes, we are going to have a podcast very soon. So that is something that's going to Kalila with 5 more gifted memberships. Kalila, thank you so much. That is so cool. Queen V and Kalila with the 5 more gifteds. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't even know what to say.
It's insane.
I don't even know what to say. You guys are just the freaking best. Just the absolute freaking best. That is absolutely insane. You guys are just awesome. There's just noises going off in my ears. I don't even know what's going on. I'm just hearing noises just from all over the place. Holy crap. Holy crap. I don't even know who's like, there's so... Oh, Mystic got one. Oh, that's so awesome. Mystic got, make sure you're giving W's to all these people that just gifted. That is so awesome. Mystic, I see you in there. Jason, I see you in there. That's freaking awesome. I'm seeing a lot of really awesome people in both of these chats. I'm seeing a lot of awesome people in both these chats that have been following me for a long time, who have been here for me for a long time, that are getting these freaking these gifteds too. That is absolutely amazing. I really appreciate you. And I think that's why it's so awesome too, is just so many people. And Tara with another 5 gifted. Tara with another 5 gifted on TikTok. Holy crap. Holy crap. There might not be anyone left in the chat that doesn't have. That is crazy. Can we get just the biggest W's ever for Kalila? And thank you guys all who gifted. You guys are all amazing. But 15 each from Kalila and from freaking Tara. That is absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane. I truly do not know what to say. Oh God, I'm like, I'm gonna start crying. Holy shit. Holy shit.
It's insane.
Kalila just sent 5 more. I don't know what I don't.
It's insane.
Beautiful Quit with the gifted on YouTube, and Dagger with the 10 gifted subs on TikTok. Oh. I cried last night. I wasn't supposed to cry again tonight. I cried last night. I wasn't supposed to be crying again tonight. Mm. Sharma, thank you so much for becoming a member also. And Beautiful Quit, thank you so much for that gifted too. I really appreciate that.
It's insane.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten to the super chats yet. Holy crap. I haven't even gotten to the super chats. Oh God, you guys are that's absolutely just absolutely touching and beautiful. Like I'm sorry. I know I probably shouldn't be crying like this. This is just crazy. I just I probably shouldn't be crying like this. It's just sometimes it's just a little overwhelming. It's just overwhelming. Eris, thank you so much for becoming a member on YouTube. I appreciate that. Kalila, thank you so much for 5 more gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive. I think I may have just doubled my entire memberships on YouTube just tonight. I think that's
It's
possibly what just
insane.
happened. Like that literally might have just doubled. Like all that's just insane. Kalila, thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. I don't even know how much I like how to even say thank you any other way. I'm just thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is absolutely crazy. Just crazy. Just crazy. My fairy, thank you so much for the auto renew subscription. I appreciate that. Oh, I just Ari knows. Ari can attest to this, and it's been I was just telling her how this is all just kicking my ass so bad lately and trying to get everything worked out and all of her stuff and just how frustrated I've been with TikTok and being taken down constantly and trying to build this thing on YouTube.
It's insane.
And trying to build this thing on YouTube from scratch, you know. and I've just been so frustrated and trying to start over, you know, on the
It's
Twitch side of things
insane.
too, and I've been so frustrated, and especially after the surgery and all that sort of stuff, and I haven't been working the last couple weeks because of it, and I just man, I think it just been getting to me just like really hard, and
It's insane.
I'm just completely overwhelmed. Yeah. It's been super overwhelming lately, and just the amount of support, like being back on TikTok today, and you know, and just the love getting from TikTok, from YouTube, and everything like that, and you know, just trying to make it, you know, and yeah, and sorry, this is just a lot. Like, I feel like I'm just like, it's just letting a lot off my chest, and I just don't really know what to do right now. So, Tara, thank you so much for the $50. I really appreciate that. I can hope you can tell how much you're loved. Keep doing what you're doing, sweetheart. I thank you so much. I'm trying so hard not to get freaking bananaed again, and so I can be here and be in this space and with you guys and stuff like that. I am trying so hard. Sasu, thank you so much for the bouquet. I am trying so hard to just keep this thing going. So I appreciate you guys so much, and it really does mean a lot to me. It really does. Just know, like, when you guys do this stuff, and when you send donations, when you gift, even when you're just here and commenting, and just, you know, sometimes just W Polly's in the chat or stuff like that, it really does mean a lot to me. It helps me to keep going. And for all, like, the mods and stuff out there that just help me to keep sane in this freaking space, I really, really appreciate. I have to get through a couple super chats, or I'm gonna miss them all. Veronica said, "Don't make me cry too. We love you." I'm sorry. I was trying to hold that down. I almost couldn't take it anymore.
Insane.
Tony said, "Keep up the work." Oh, I already got that one. Jags coming next season. We play you this year, actually. We're coming for you. Tobin. Tobin, thank you so much. Some too, they're high or dumb to figure out how to become a member. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Nuke said, "Here's some more." Trader said, "Can I send you a Taking Back Sunday shirt?" Absolutely. I actually have seen them multiple times too. So I love Taking Back Sunday. I can't regret. Can we just forget it? Levi just said salmon. Salmon? 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 We were meant to be a member less, Alex. I thought you said in there you wanted Alex to get one. I thought that's what you said earlier. Roscoe, thank you so much. He said, "Sending mad love from Baltimore, bro. You're doing great. Some of us are really learning, listening to you. Thank you so much." That's all I really need to hear. If you guys are learning, listening, people are taking, you know, heed. I try to stay literally as up to date as I possibly can. So hopefully you guys are learning and stuff like that, and I'm able to teach you guys some things. So I really, really appreciate that. And just the fact that you're saying that really means awesome. It means so much to me. So thank you so much. And shout out to Baltimore in the house. Jason, thank you so much for the $2. Shannon said, "We love you, Polly." Hi, Shannon. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Blair said, "How do you come up with a Polly Politics name?" I have told that story many times. I'm not going to tell it right now, but if you guys join the Discord and we do that little Discord voice channel thing, which I am trying to get in so I can actually go live on Discord. I don't really know how to do it at the moment, but I'm going to try to figure it out. Then ask me then and I'll tell the story. All right. Just Me says, "You were amazing." Just Me, you're amazing. Just Me, you're amazing.
Insane.
Tobin got a membership from Kalila. Hell yeah. Apparently you didn't matter. You were able to figure it out. And Eris said, keeping it going, Paulie, you're my favorite streamer when it comes to politics. I personally think your debates feel different compared to others. I really try to do that. I try to make them personal, and I try to make them real. Like, not like you're trying to win a debate, like you're actually trying to have a conversation with somebody, just like anybody would have a conversation with anybody that they're trying to have these conversations with. That's what I try to make it like. I don't try to make it this I win, you win, or this super technical over, like whatever. Where there's no point in doing these type of things if you can't have conversations that can be repeated and relayed and talked back to other people when you're having these conversations. And that's really how I try to have it, not over talking it, not
It's insane.
trying to, to be, to over talk, I won't say over talk the room. Not that you guys couldn't handle it if I talked to, like at a super high level or something like that. Just saying the people that you're talking to maybe can't. And the people that I talk to a lot of times can't. So just talking about things at the level that normal people just talk about things at. And that's what I really aim for. That's what I really try to talk about. Nick, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, "Cry, damn it, Paulie, cry. You deserve it." I'll wait till I get offline now, and I'll go finish off my cry with a stiff drink and my girlfriend afterwards. I'm sure we'll have some good time with it. And Shay, thank you so much for the $20. Said, "I'm so happy for you, Paulie. Love you, deserve it." Thank you guys so much for the support. I really, really do appreciate it. I never could have in a million years thought I would have came back today and got so much support. I literally, after the earlier live today, I almost didn't even want to come back today. I told Ari, I was like, I have to go back on tonight. I told everyone I would, but I didn't even want to. And then I got in here and I just I started having a good time immediately. Holy shit, dude. Kalila with 10 more gifted memberships. Kalila, thank you so much. I don't even know how many memberships you've gifted at this point. I truly don't even know how many you've gifted. I truly don't know. I know that I am sitting in my chat and there are just as many freaking green membership things popping up as there are not ones at this point. I know it's about 360 people in there, and more of my chats are coming from people in green that are members than not even members at this point. I like there's so many in here. I don't even I can't even. It's the whole damn live is just memberships at this point. Kalila, I don't even know what to say. Just thank you so much. Just thank you so much. And Eris with 5 more gifted memberships on top of it. If you're a member in my chat right now, can you please just put just as many W's, just W this entire thing out. I don't want to see, I want to just see all of the freaking members just in here, just W's all the way across the chat for all of the people on, and do it on TikTok too, for all of the gifters, all the gifters of all of these subs and all the new subs and freaking new members and all that sort of stuff. All of the gifted members, just W's all in the chat from just everybody that just was just gifted this incredible amount of subs and stuff like that. Just insane. And Kalila, thank you so much. Says you deserve it, spreading facts and keeping the public informed. Thank you so much, Kalila, and I don't even know how to thank you, and everybody who gifted. Aries, thank you so much. That was so sweet. Kalila, I truly don't even know how many you've gifted. That is just insane. I don't know how to even thank you enough. Like between you and Tara and then everybody else who just gifted, that's just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Just insane. Just absolutely insane. I thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Sorry, Tobin, thank you so much for the super chat. I said, for the haters in the chat, if you really want to get under Paul's sin, send him a super chat. They really hate it when MAGA sends super chats. I cannot stand it. It's the worst thing to me ever. It's the worst thing to me ever. If you really hate me, you'll send me a super chat.
It's insane.
Can't stand it. It's the worst.
It's insane.
Can't stand it. It's the worst, Tobin. Clea, thank you so much. This is Alex. Just talking to Alex now.
It's insane.
Yeah, really hate it. It's the worst. Please don't ever do that to me. Don't ever do that to me. I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I gotta tell you guys a story. This will help lighten the mood a little bit. I gotta lighten the mood a little bit. I'll tell you guys a fun little story before I'm done for the night. How about that? I'll tell a little fun story just to kind of get this off. And it's one I've been meaning to tell you guys, and it actually took me a second because I actually have to. It's almost gone now, but you guys gotta see that. You gotta see this. Hold up. I'm not mirrored anymore. You guys see that nastiness on my arm? You see this giant thing on my arm? Okay, so I'll tell you how I got it. Someone's trying to ruin it in the chat. So I was going to have my surgery. Okay. And when they got ready to do my IV, there was this girl there who was training, and she had never done a stick on a person before. Right? She was brand new. And so so I looked at the guy who was training her, and I was like, hey man, like, no, like, I kind of like was like signaling at him. I'm like, nah, dude, like you can't, like, I'm getting ready to have surgery. I can't have someone missing right now. Right. So she doesn't stick me. And I was like, okay, goodness gracious. Thank goodness. Cause I was like, I take it back. Like I was like, it's fine. Like she didn't stick me. The other guy stuck me. She kind of watched, and I was like, cool. So the next Monday night, well, Tuesday morning, I end up in the ER. I wake up in the middle of the night, just puking my brains out. I end up in the ER the next morning. Same hospital. Guess who that week was training in the ER? The exact same girl that was in the OR the week before. And as soon as she walks in, I was like, oh no. And so like I looked at her and I was just like, I was like, have you stuck anyone yet? And she's like, nope. And I was like, well, here we go then. I guess we're doing this. She stuck that sucker right through my vein. Like she was trying to pull the little like the needle back to like release the catheter, and like the guy was like training her. He was like, you should see, like, it should release easy, and it wasn't releasing, and she was just pulling and pulling and pulling, and it wouldn't release. And I'm sitting there just like, I think she missed, dog. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm pretty sure she missed. And finally he was like, okay, let me check it out. And he's like, yeah, we're gonna have to stick you someplace else. And so they ripped the stick out. And they ripped the stick out.
Insane.
I didn't even think anything about it because I was like so sick. They ended up sticking me in my other arm. I was fine. And they pretty much gave me some like anti-nausea medication and just whatever. I took a bag of saline. I didn't think about it until like the next day or whatever, 2 days later, whatever. And I'm sitting in the mirror. I'm sitting in the mirror. I'm in my bathroom. Look in the mirror. I'm like, oh my God, what happened to my arm? And I was like trying to figure out, I was like, did I hit something? Did I get hit something by that? By something? I have no idea what the heck I got hit by. And yeah. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, it was that girl who freaking blew my vein. Yeah, Sherlock, exactly. That blew my vein. I was like, that's exactly what it was. And then I showed Ari, and I was like, look at this. She's like, what'd you? First go, she's just like, what did you do? Just automatically is just, what did you do? Of course. But but yeah, that's what it was. She blew my vein. So that was when was that? Oh wait, no. So this was last Tuesday or last Monday. That wasn't even this week. That was the Monday prior to that. Yeah. And it's still there. So anyways, there's my story. I have a month to freaking get it done because in September. Sorry, I'm used to having it mirrored. It's not anymore. I'm not used to it. I'm having all of this tattooed in September. So it has that much time to heal. So I can get my my tattoo finished off on my arm. So that's how much time I have in order to make that happen. Blew my vein out so freaking bad. That was absolutely horrible. Yeah, I can't wait to get the tattoo finished off too. It's gonna be really, really great. I have to get it done before I go home. Terrell, thank you so much for becoming a paid member. I really appreciate that. Just me. Thank you so much for the $100 super chat on YouTube. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the huge $100 super chat on YouTube. That is absolutely crazy, Just Me. Thank you so much. I hope I at least made your day a little bit better because I know you sure as hell made mine a whole lot fucking better. So thank you so much, Just Me. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate that so much. Especially with the day that you're having and the conversation you're having. I'm hoping I could have made your day just a little bit better. So thank you so much. That is really, really, really awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, that is absolutely huge. That is absolutely crazy huge. For you guys asking what my tattoo was, I will explain it. I just want to say thank you to Just Me again. That is absolutely huge. I just absolutely insane. Big W's in the chat for Just Me. Big W's in the chat for Just Me. That just actually absolutely huge W's. That is absolutely amazing. I really, really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. My tattoo is going to be finishing off this tattoo. So I'll put it up on the screen so you can see it. So if you guys have seen this tattoo before, so this is for you guys that may recognize it. This is the Bernstein Bears. Bernstein Bears. I'm not sure which one you guys call it or whatever, but that's my Bernstein Bears tattoo. This is a depiction of a scenario when I was a kid. with my mom and me at a train station. It's an old story. Again, you guys catch me on like a member only, sub only live. I'll tell you the whole story behind the tattoo. It's actually really, really, really cool and really old. This one is the backside is going to be the exact same thing. Not the exact same thing. It's going to be another Bernstein Bears depiction, but it's going to be for me and my dad, for when my dad passed. When my dad passed, 10 years ago now. Yeah, 11 years ago now. Yeah, my dad passed. So, I'm going to get the, I'll get the other half of that. I'm getting that done. I'm just hoping it matches. It'll be by a new artist because this other artist, he ended up with some drug problems and stuff, so he can't do it anymore. So I'm gonna have to do it with another artist. It's actually gonna be the same artist who just did this one on my arm a couple months ago. So this is gonna be my forearm for my family.
It's insane.
And so that's what that's going to be finished off with. So, yeah, that's my tattoo. That's going to be my tattoo finish off right here. This is actually, I'll tell you guys the story one day about the train and why that's significant to me. And the backside will be me and my dad fishing. Cause that's actually, for you guys that are familiar with where I'm from, Paris Lake, which is like my earliest memory of me and my dad. Which is at Paris Lake in California. So it's going to be a depiction of that, which is actually crazy. Which is yeah. So that's gonna be my tattoo for that one. Tobin, thank you so much for the $99.99 super chat. Thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate that. That is absolutely freaking huge. Thank you so much. I hope you don't regret this because you told me you were both drunk and high right now to figure out how to sub. So I hope that this isn't a regret tomorrow. I really, really appreciate that. But Tobin, thank you so much. You've also been one of the people that has been here and been a huge supporter of my YouTube as I'm growing this and so much and everything. So I'm really, really that is absolutely freaking huge. I really, really appreciate that. So I see a tear form here. I already cried like a whole baby. I think I'm like the tears are actually like I can't start again. I just can't. The tears already came. You must not have been here. The tears. As soon as I get off this live, I'm going to find Ari and I'm going to pour something really heavy and I'm going to cry for the rest of tonight. I just thought I'd let you guys know that. That is what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. I have the rest of the week off to finish recovering from my surgery. I'm just going to cry.
It's insane.
Tobin said, not drunk and high, dumb and high. I don't drink and I won't regret it. All right. Well, Tobin, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad to hear that. I appreciate that. I don't want to feel bad the next day. Be like, oh my goodness. I did it. That's great, Tobin. I appreciate that. All right. Oh, Alex, thank you so much for the gifted membership over on YouTube too. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, Tobin, everybody, everybody. W's for yourselves. W for everybody. You guys are absolutely awesome. I really, really appreciate you guys. I got to get off this live because if not, I'm not going to have time for my good cry.
It's insane.
You were trying to gift it to Alex. That's what it was. How did Alex not get one? I don't know how TikTok freaking figures out who it is. Yeah, thank you guys so much. W's for everybody in here, for all the gifters, for all the supporters, for all the gifted memberships, for all the super chats, for everybody. If you even so much as send a freaking money gun or freaking whatever, thank you guys so much for being here. I gotta get off so I can go cry while Ari is still awake, because while I have the rest of the week off, she has to work tomorrow. So I need to get off so I can go get a good cry in before the end of the night. Make sure you guys, again, I want to see a ton of Discord tickets tonight. It'll ask for verification. Make sure you send the fact that you're subscribed or a member. That way you can get into the channels and all that sort of stuff. Well, it'll be awesome. I appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to do that sub only thing tomorrow afternoon, and we're definitely doing the giveaway tomorrow night, regardless. So we're doing the giveaway tomorrow night. Make sure you're here for that. Hope you all have a wonderful night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. All right. Bye.